In October of last year, Garza was found in possession of 7 kilograms of cocaine that were hidden inside his car when he was pulled over by an officer of the Drug Task Force in that county. Garza was with his girlfriend, traveling through the state of Alabama from Texas, with the final destination being New York State. I'm Andrea Tice.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
You can't control interest rates, you can't control housing inventory, and you definitely can't control what the national news decides to panic about this week. But here's what you can control. You control your timing. You decide when it's the right time to buy, when it makes sense to refinance, and when to tap into your equity to renovate, invest, or consolidate debt and free up monthly cash flow. Real estate decisions aren't one size fits all, and they shouldn't be driven by headlines or social media noise. They should be based on your goals, your finances, and your life. The smartest moves happen when you focus on what you can control and work with someone who helps you see the full picture. Give us a call at Alabama Home Mortgage today at 334-567-4223 or visit us online at myalabamahomemortgage.com. That's Alabama Home Mortgage, because there is a difference in mortgage companies. NMLS 1586368, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome to Eclectic Coins, Montgomery's largest coin dealer, specializing in buying and selling investment-grade gold and silver coins. And they have a large selection of rare coins and coins from around the world. Visit them at 543 Northeastern Boulevard or on the web at eclecticcoins.com. Eclectic Coins, where collectors who know go.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's News and Views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Welcome into the program here on what is actually a beautiful Wednesday. You know, I was downtown, parked behind the Archives and History Building downtown, and it was a pleasant walk over to the State House. And I have to just say, things are nicer on the Senate side of things. I don't know what that is, but it's a real thing. Welcome into the program, folks. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Eddie Bader here in the studio, and of course, we will get to the State of the Union, where I think the long and short of it could be summed up with, these people are crazy.
Yeah. Seems to be some of that in there.
A lot of different moments. And who would have thought that the one Democrat that actually seems to have his head screwed on right is John Fetterman.
Something happened with that dude.
Something happened.
When he went to, remember, as soon as he was elected, he went away for a little while. And we thought they had literally replaced him.
He went to Walter Reed, and but then he's been making a lot of sense. Yeah. Anyway, the gentleman I went to visit at the State House was on his show this morning, Jeff Poore, host of the Jeff Poore Show and editor-in-chief at 1819news.com. Jeff, how you doing this afternoon?
Doing well. Thanks for having me on.
So we didn't get a chance to talk about it. What did you think of the State of the Union once you got a chance to watch?
I mean, it was what we expected, and I think both of the parties did what they were supposed to. If you're a Republican, you had to like what Trump said. Trump did a good job. He is good at the showmanship. But Democrats couldn't buy into it. They couldn't be pleasant. They couldn't be happy about it. They had to be miserable and angry. And that was just something they had to do to save face with their base. So, like I said, it's all contrived, but that was sort of my takeaway, that nothing really moves.
Yeah, and the Democrat response, I'm seeing a clip of it on our TV screen, it probably was a success in that it was boring.
Yeah.
Like, so no huge gaffes I saw out of it, but this is my experience. Go ahead.
Well, let me say this. I mean, look, what happened to, like, hope and change and the pleasantness of Obama? And you know what I mean? Like, Abigail Spanberger looks like just and I keep saying this, she looks like she wants to steal a baseball away from my 5-year-old that he got as a home run ball for a souvenir. I mean, but they think there is merit to that brand. They think that is positive. They think that is the face of the future, and there's going to be a big, big letdown if they continue down that path. But for now, for the sake of getting that brand out there, those are the people who are going to show up to vote. Those are the people who are going to win them the midterms. Now,
my favorite moment of the State of the Union was not something that actually just happened for everybody to see. It was my unique watching situation. I'm watching with my 89-year-old grandfather, who is a retired veteran himself, retired as a lieutenant colonel in the United States Air Force, and very much has pride in his time and his service. And we're watching what was an amazing moment where they finally, for the first time, told the story of this pilot who did that secret mission in Korea, shooting down multiple Soviet jets, who's 100 years old.
Yep.
And so as Trump's giving out all these medals before that moment, my grandfather, he's gotten into this habit of now turning on the Gemini AI. Hey, what's the pension for the Congressional Medal of Honor? And it says it for him. And so then you see Melania putting the Congressional Medal of Honor on this 100-year-old pilot. And what a moment. And I just hear my 89-year-old grandfather go, well, he's not going to get that pension for long.
He's a realist.
I'm like, what a great moment. But I do enjoy, as much as I think you're right, Jeff, it's not going to move the political needle a lot. Sometimes these stories that are told, I think Reagan started this, they're just awesome stories, like to see a father and daughter reunited, the guy who was a political prisoner in Venezuela. Like, these are just great moments.
Yeah, and Donald Trump did a really good job this time with that, getting more of these moments out there. And, I mean, kind of turning the spotlight away from himself more so than he had in the past, which I think that works for him, and it makes it hard for these Democrats to be really anti it without looking like total jerks.
Yeah, but they're going to double down, and in particular, the eye rolling when he was going after the fraud from the Somali pirates, and of course the cameras had to go right to Ilhan Omar. Do you actually have hope in that sort of crackdown? I'm in this mode of, I'll believe it when I see it, but J.D. Vance is going to be the new war on fraud czar and general, working with a brand new assistant attorney general. Do you think we actually see some prosecutions and follow through on this?
We'll see some prosecutions, but the courts will just kick it out. Or there's so much lawfare. I don't have. It's not that I don't have faith in the administration and the DOJ to do the right thing. Where they lose me is that you think that these courts, these federal district courts, are going to act with good faith, and they're not. They're going to raise objection to the whole idea of that office, the whole idea that this is a thing, and that's what's going to happen. That's where they lose me, I guess. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's where I see it being problematic.
Now, shifting gears, how's the mood over there at the State House? When I was there, it was kind of a ghost town, and early, though, a lot of very crowded with students and everybody on the lower floors. But what's the vibe amongst the legislators right now?
Actually, kind of an anticipation that we're not done with the fallout from last week with the leak. That somebody's going to be punished. They're going to make an example of this individual, whoever it was that taped the caucus, and and how that all plays out. I don't know, but there's a lot of rumblings. And Joey, I mean, it's an election cycle. If there's a big scandal, a big eavesdropping or a big recording scandal that makes its way into the public, what does that do to the voters? What does that do to incumbents? You already have a lot of the, I guess, what we would call the crazies or the friends are very, very riled up right now because of this saga. Are they really going to do this, make it worse? add fuel to the fire. I don't know, but that's what we're looking at. That's sort of the scuttlebutt around the State House.
Well, and just for my edification, like if you look at some of these, whether it's a state or a Senate or state House seat, if you move, say, a couple hundred people in some of these GOP primaries, you can change elections. It doesn't take a lot of voters, right, to upset things in these situations.
No, I agree with that. But do you run the risk of impacting other races? So let's just not say this is just one person who's standing up against the machine and is going to make himself some kind of folk hero. But, you're right. It's on the margins. Does somebody see, hey, this guy was just doing what he thought was right, that calling out the speaker for criticizing the Republican Party or something. And this guy, he should be lionized. And I mean, why run the risk of having this discussion and of having all of this for some public big, I don't know, witch trial showing? That it seems like that might be something that they're considering.
Well, I want to go to some business that's actually getting done. And talking about Montgomery, it looks like SB 298 actually moved out of committee. I talked to Will Barfoot yesterday, talked to a couple city council members. But I'm looking here at a quote from Mayor Stephen Reed that just was sent my way, saying, quote, SB 298 moved forward in committee yesterday. I've said before, and I'll say it again, lasting public safety isn't built through state takeovers or short-term political responses. It's built through recruitment, retention, prevention, and partnership. That's where our focus remains. I'll just say I don't believe you. That's not where your focus remains at all. But what do you make of this continued push to, in particular, hold Montgomery accountable about our police force levels?
Yeah, I think it had to be done. The politics when Stephen Reed took over as mayor was very anti-police. He bought right into it. Morale was low. And, whether he wants to acknowledge it, whether he and Chip Hill or whoever want to acknowledge it, the reason that things got awry there was because of Stephen Reed and this political notion that we need fewer police officers, more social spending, more social programs. That's where the emphasis should be, not on law enforcement. Cops are, all over the country are doing bad things. They're killing George Floyd, and he just went along with it. And I think to keep this from ever happening again, because it could happen again. You have a bad cop in Minneapolis, Minnesota, do something bad that creates a political environment in Montgomery, Alabama that makes it where we're not going to put an emphasis on having enough police. You have some provisions in place. You have some state law in place that says, no, you're going to keep a minimum number of police in your jurisdiction. Then it takes that off the table as a political discussion for whoever it is in the future after Stephen Reed.
Well, and I thought the chief counsel for Steve Marshall, who is a candidate herself for AG, but Catherine Robertson knocked it out of the park with that op-ed for y'all for 1819 News. In particular, the point about how Montgomery's already being supplemented by MAX, about the metro area crime suppression units, and the state's already bringing up resources and money, like human capital, like actual officers, and just ATF's also supplementing, and that was only meant to be a short-term thing, not a full-term solution to an understaffed department. So I think that gives even more rationale for the state, and I think it's pretty reasonable because they have this 5-year stair step, so to speak. And yet they seem to be digging their heels in from the Montgomery standpoint and from some of the Montgomery delegation standpoint. And part of me wonders, why the opposition? I don't understand why we can't. You just said it. You're looking for partnership. Then what are we even doing here?
I think it's political. You want to be seen as the being standing tough against those Republicans. Maybe it's those white Republicans in the state house. That's why you oppose it. We're not going to be pushed around. We're one Montgomery. I mean, there's that element of it, and I think it's just straight up demagoguery. It's political, and that's why you're not really looking at the merits of it. You're just looking at, you're not going to tell me what to do of it.
And I think it's Bear Gilbreth that made the point in an op-ed for y'all at 1819 that, well, this is a lot more reasonable, this SB 298, than, say, Governor Tuberville saying, let's bring in the National Guard. Like, and no people are going to be upset about that, but I find it very frustrating that this problem can't be solved, and it does require the state at this point. But it's the capital city, and my hope, I don't know, Barfoot obviously doesn't need to call a shot, but it seems like there is some response from the Republicans there at the legislature to actually do this for the capital city.
No, and I mean, I think that mass shooting last summer really changed a lot of Republicans' view on what needed to be done. Look, I hear from lawmakers all the time who come here and they hear the same thing you hear with the gunshots, or they see the crime themselves, and you can't have a functioning state government if it's a war zone. This is the same kind of concept Donald Trump is doing with Washington, D.C. That, if things get too out of hand, if they don't take care of their own problems, then they're going to have to take a big swing at this. No one's going to like that.
Well, I just want to say, did you get any more text from DEI texter this morning as the show went on?
All day, yeah. He just he wanted to tell me about Mike Ball's politics, and I'm kind of stunned he even knew who Mike Ball was.
Eddie, Jeff doesn't take calls; they just do text line.
Oh yeah.
And can you imagine if we just had a text line, what the sort of stuff we'd be getting?
Yes, we've seen it occasionally through the comments. So yes,
yeah.
I can imagine
when people start spelling words.
Yes,
that's a real problem. Okay, you're blocked.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're
the
blocked.
Public schools have really, really failed us in many, many, many ways.
Well, especially YouTube comments. It's like, don't make me call Representative Al Green in here to teach y'all a lesson.
Oh, please.
All right?
Please.
All right, he'll hold the sign up. Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
Anyway, I always appreciate your time, Jeff. If folks want to check out what you're up to, how can they do so?
1819 News, 1819news.com, or on Twitter /X, x.com/Jeff_4.
Appreciate it, man. Talk to you again soon.
Hey, thanks for having me on.
Again, folks, Jeff Poor, always, as I said, appreciate his time. In a second, Jarek Wilkins, he ran for Congress.
Yep.
He will be joining us, and he's got some of an opinion on this inside fight that, I brought up with Jeff there about how somebody leaked something from a caucus meeting, and in particular, as a quote of the speaker, that was not very flattering to Speaker Ledbetter, essentially saying, I don't give a crap about the Republican Party. I get his context. He's like, I'm focused on my boys and my ladies here on like this caucus, and I don't care what the outside party does. But there are a lot of folks who are like, no, you probably should care if you're the Speaker of the House. And I think Jarek wants to get into the details of that. Look forward to that conversation. Let's go to Debbie. Hey, Debbie. How you doing?
Hi, I'm fine. I'm glad to get to talk about the speech a little bit. I wanted to say kudos on one thing that Trump did say, and I liked it. As far as the people the big corporations who are purchasing all the homes and kind of squeezing out the first-time buyers or people that need a home. And they're going to do something to protect those people. So I do appreciate that effort. One thing I wanted to ask you, what do you think about Rubio? I mean, he looked exhausted, but he never smiled, and he didn't stand long, and it makes me wonder if he's under a lot of stress with
I think, he's just tired. Yeah. I mean, how many jobs does the guy have at this point? And
that's my thinking.
I mean, being Secretary of State with what they're trying to do is enough of a workout. So.
Yeah, and all these negotiations, I'm sure, have not been too easy either. So, but I was just curious as what you thought about his little, and I loved it, America's first, not the illegal immigrant.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, like something. The Democrats stepped in it there.
That's the sound bite that's the sound bite of all time.
And did you see the counter programming the Democrats put on? I mean, there are a lot of boring speeches and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the thing that is getting clips is like this group that's like I don't know what their name is, the Gay Frogs of Portland or something. And like they go protest ICE in these huge inflatable like frog outfits.
Oh, okay.
And so it's just a bunch of people in like frog outfits, like dancing around. It's like, oh, we're against this injustice. I'm like, what are
you doing?
Like, I thought the libertarians were bad at their conventions. Like, Goodness gracious.
No, I'm going to tell you, I saw that today. I missed it last night. I saw it today, and I was thinking, the Democrats have got to be the best ever of picking out outfits that look so infantile that you're wondering if it's a preschool event.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, the hats with the pink slit down the center. I mean, we're not going to mention the name of that.
My.
Oh, yeah.
I'm scandalized.
But that was just, should have been. That, to me, was just so ridiculous. I mean, we're talking about, I can't even say that on air. Forget it. We're not going down that road. But they do pick out some really awful things to wear. The purple hair, was it purple hair they were doing, or was it pink?
Purple hair.
Purple hair. Okay, that's what I thought. I mean, honestly, where does it end? And I just...
Well, next thing you'll know, you'll have, like, dudes dressing up like women elected to... Oh, wait. That's
too late.
You stuck your foot on that one.
Too late.
No...
Well, and my favorite are some of the reactions, like when Trump is saying stuff and the eye rolls and the like, oh, there he goes, just being such a bigot. And it's like we live in different worlds, man. We live in different worlds.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we do. Different realities for sure. But I did want to mention, that I did appreciate him trying to protect the people with some of the things he was doing, which really made me feel a lot better, because I have been seeing that we have less and less opportunities in every which way, and so that helps a little bit. I worry about the Iran thing, but if he doesn't do it, it's going to be too late eventually, and we can't keep rolling it down the hill, as they say, or down the road. We're going to have to do something. And, oh, heaven forbid! But somebody's going to have to, and I guess he's the one that I'd rather handle that situation than the ones we've had in the past.
Yep.
Well, Debbie, I appreciate the call. I got to run.
Thank you.
Thank you, Debbie.
272-9228 if you want to get in line on the phones. It's 334-272-9228. This part of the program brought to you by Pest Pro Services. You've worked with Ashley and them.
Quite often. In fact, every chance I get.
Because they're just that good.
They are that good.
Especially when you're managing and dealing with, say, multiple properties. You want to make sure no pest problems crop up.
Correct. And plus, I know what I'm getting with him. I've dealt with him long enough to know that if they tell me, hey, Eddie will be there tomorrow at 8 o'clock, they're going to be there tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Don't have to worry about it.
Maybe even a little earlier.
Yep, exactly.
And when they tell you got an issue, it's not an upsell or something. They're like, no, you actually have an issue. We can fix it for
1,000%.
So, folks, go ahead and just get on their basic protection plan. And then on top of that, you can add termite inspection protection, mosquito protection, wildlife control protect. Like, you can just get the whole package or just do the basics.
Yeah.
So you don't get the ants and the cockroaches and
the
hornets' nests and all these
like
things.
we talked about, termite season, right here, right now, baby.
So y'all check out Pest Pro Services today. You can always learn more at ppsriverregion.com or just search Pest Pro Services on the Book of Faces or call them direct at 265-9990. That's 265-9990. And be sure to tell Ashley and that great team that Joey and Eddie, those fellas on the radio, sent you.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings, 6 till 9, and afternoons, 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
Yes?
Yeah, I'm Bill. You called about some breakers tripping?
Oh, yes, Bill. My brother-in-law says you can do almost anything.
That's me. Not much I hadn't seen.
Do you really want someone who does almost anything in your electric box? Think about that, because each year thousands of home fires are caused by faulty wiring. That's why you want a professional, like the electricians at Crosby Electric.
Bill, how's it going? Bill, ooh, are you okay?
Oh, yeah, well, I didn't really need my eyebrows anyway.
At Crosby Electric, all technicians undergo rigorous safety training, as well as background checks, drug testing, and continuing education.
Bill, you think maybe I should call a real electrician?
No, these little slip-ups happen. Everybody does it.
Really?
No, not really. When you need professional electric work, or you just like someone to assess your home for safety, call the experts at Crosby Electric, 272-2085, or visit us at crosbyelectric.com.
Hey there, Alabama. Are you ready to transform your home with style? At Royal Furniture, they've been delivering inspired value since 1946. Whether you're in Prattville, Montgomery, Auburn, Oxford, Gadsden, Athens, Decatur, or Florence, they've got the perfect pieces to make your space shine. Visit them today and discover a wide selection of furniture that fits your lifestyle and budget. Royal Furniture, where quality meets affordability, right here in Alabama. Stop by your nearest location and let them make your home beautiful together.
Hi, this is Danny with High Caliber Gun and Pawn. November we'll be celebrating 10 years of doing business in the river region, and Blue Water Broadcasting has been an integral part of that 10 years. High Caliber Gun and Pawn, we say we are a step above the rest, and Blue Water Broadcasting definitely is that step.
Did you know that radio is the #1 reach platform in all of media? It's true. Call us to find out how to put radio's #1 reach to work for your business. Blue Water Broadcasting. Local folks helping local business.
Blue Water Broadcasting hopes you'll open your heart and lend a hand during Warm Hearts for Seniors. We're collecting much-needed supplies for the Central Alabama Aging Consortium, which provides vital home and community-based services for seniors, disabled adults, and their caregivers in Montgomery. Their mission is simple but powerful: helping seniors live active, independent lives where they can truly thrive. Here's how you can help. Donate items like cleaning supplies, blankets, fans, meal replacement shakes, exercise stretch bands, and stress balls. Drop off your donations at our sponsored locations: Riverside Chevrolet, Piggly Wiggly in Prattville, Corky's Homes, Premier Portable Buildings, Southern Metal Supply, and also at Blue Water Broadcasting Studios. Together, we can make a real difference for seniors right here in the River region. Please join us for Warm Hearts for Seniors, and let's give back to those who've given so much.
Hi, this is Bo Goodson with the Real Estate Minute. Many of the real estate laws have changed recently, and you need to know how this might affect you as a seller or a buyer. As an agent of the seller, the agent owes undivided loyalty and full confidentiality to the seller. The listing agent can recommend repair services and vendors, pricing guidelines, tips to help get your house in selling shape, and negotiate offers and counteroffers for your benefit. A facilitator, which is the new term, cannot suggest a price or counter or recommend anything. They offer very limited services. A buyer agent solely represents a buyer's interest and can recommend mortgage lenders, down payment alternatives, and can suggest an offer price and write an offer. Whether you are selling or buying, you need someone in your corner that's trained to represent their clients. After training over 15,000 agents throughout the state and help create and close thousands of home sales over 4 decades, get the straight information from Bo Goodson at the Goodson Group, 221-2883.
You want your floors to scream new, fresh, and stylish. But if yours are groaning, tired, old, and outdated, you're in luck. Because at Prattville Carpet, you can revitalize your floors while you save on the best brands available with perfect and professional installation and Prattville's unbeatable lifetime warranty.
Hi, I'm Ray Bowles from Prattville Carpet. If you're looking for carpet, hardwood, laminate, vinyl plank, or ceramic tile, call us today for your free measurement.
Start shopping for your floors right now at PrattvilleCarpet.com.
Prattville Carpet, we're more than just carpet.
Rich Thomas Weather, a service of Riverside Chevrolet Wetumpka. If it's Chevy, it's Riverside. Best price, best selection. Check them out on the web at riversideusa.net.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. Our temperatures are starting to turn around, and that's certainly good news. I've got us dry today with a high temperature up to about 71. Then we're dry through the evening hours tonight. Overnight low temperature down to about 55, with the risk of showers beginning in the pre-dawn hours tomorrow morning and a better chance of showers by Thursday afternoon, high in the mid-70s. Showers and thunderstorms likely on Thursday night, and maybe a leftover shower early in the day Friday, but even Friday's high will be in the lower 70s. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
The River Region's News Talk Station. News Talk 93.1, WACV. News Talk 93.1.
Welcome back, folks. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Eddie Bader here in the studio with me.
Yep.
And we have joining us now, he is a former congressional candidate, but he's an automotive consultant, and he's the author of Unshackling Democracy, Embracing Term Limits, Empowering Citizens. We have Jerk Wilkins joining us on the show. Sir, how are you?
Hey, doing great, Joey.
Good to hear from you. Now, I mentioned it with Jeff Portis a second ago, how there might even be some more punishments coming from this notorious leak from inside the caucus meeting where the Speaker of the House, Nathaniel Ledbetter, said he didn't give a crap about the Republican Party. And you suggested in a recent op-ed that this isn't just him, talking amongst the boys. This kind of reveals to a grassroots conservative what you've always suspected. But could you lay out what you're thinking here?
Yeah, so you look at the fact that a lot of the people we have in the Republican Party today at one point were old school Democrats, maybe during the Reagan period, where there was a big shift in the state back in 2010. And we've seen some of that. But with Ledbetter, it's not just about being an old school Democrat. I mean, he was a Democrat running on the Democratic ticket when Obama was president. And he continues to govern like an Obama Democrat and not a conservative Republican. And the fact that we throw people off the ballot, but we allow stuff like this to happen is pretty concerning.
Yeah, so what would you like to see out of, we have a Republican supermajority. Would you actually like to see a Speaker of the House that's just like a diehard conservative actually pushing those agendas? Well, I mean, get out of town, Jerry.
I know it's crazy to think that in a super red state like Alabama that we actually should have conservative governance. I mean, it's something that we really should be demanding, but we don't. We govern more like a purple state and in some cases like a blue state. Just because we've allowed this to happen. And it's enough is enough. I mean, you look at the work that President Trump is doing. He's pushing positive, solid conservative agenda. Just the example of eliminating the overtime tax on the federal level, and God forbid we do it on the state level. Oh, no, we can't afford that. We've got to grow the size of government instead.
Now, I know, just to give them their due, some folks that listen to us in the legislature would say, well, look, he's really just running a coalition, and it's not so much big government pragmatism, it's just pragmatism, and he's delivered and squared a lot of these different interests and delivered on certain things that we really care about in rural Alabama. Like, is it a Democrat thing, or is it more like the small-town Alabama network that gets together and they make sure they get their public education dollars? Because when you talk to those guys, that's what you're going to hear. It's like, it's not really a partisan thing. It's more just how we do business here is how they try to couch it, I believe.
Yeah, and that's part of the problem because it's not small town that they're governing on behalf of. It's special interests coming out of Montgomery. And there's a serious issue with the money and the control that comes with it. But at the end of the day, Alabama should be governing like a conservative state. You look at what's going on in Georgia and Mississippi and in Tennessee and Florida. My goodness, why can't we be the leaders in conservatism instead of being the ones that are falling behind in so many of these issues?
Hear, hear. Now, you would recommend closing the primaries?
Yes. So you look at what's going on, and we really need to focus on a couple of key things to fix these issues. We should be closing our primaries. We should let Republicans pick Republicans. Democrats, let them pick who they want to be, and then we can have the debates and govern accordingly. But apparently our speaker's not in favor of that, and that's what got him going in this caucus meeting. And at this point, if he doesn't want to be a Republican, I don't think that he should be in the Republican Party. The Alabama GOP needs to take action and let him go be the Democrat that he is.
Now, could you close primaries just at the party level and then also say, even somebody who's a duly elected member with a leadership position, could that executive committee actually, as you're suggesting, punish? They have the authority to do that?
So first of all, to close our primaries would take legislative action. The GOP, Alabama GOP, has passed resolutions multiple times with over 80% in the 2022 vote to close our primaries, yet the legislature refuses to act. Now, as far as action we can take against nominees, the party has the ability to choose who will represent them on the ballot. In fact, we can change out a member, a nominee, up until August for the general election, and that's what I'm suggesting we do. We're going to be past the deadline on the March 7th to make a change for the primary, but the state executive committee absolutely can replace Ledbetter in the general election. They have that ability. The precedent was set back in 1986 when the Democrats replaced their gubernatorial candidate with Baxley. So there's clear precedent. There's legal standing for this to happen. But what we need is courage from members of the Alabama GOP State Executive Committee at this point.
Well, we'll see if they actually have that steel spine or the courage to go about that. Well, anything else before I let you go that I'm leaving on the table here?
No, I just think it's important for us to realize that in these elections, they matter, especially for key roles such as State Executive Committee. Most people don't realize those are actually voted for on the May 19th primary. So you should ask, who are you electing to represent you in the party? Because the party does have a lot of power, and unfortunately it's become more ceremonial in many regards, and it needs to get back to being a body of action to address these issues.
Well, I always appreciate your time, man. And you ever think about running for anything else?
Well, I am running for State Executive Committee in Shelby County, but short of that, I'm good at advising dealers and having fun writing op-eds, and I can actually say things, and people just get mad at me at this point. So.
Amen, man. Amen. Well, I appreciate it, and we'll talk again soon. Thanks, Jared.
Thanks, Joey. Appreciate your time.
And 272-9228 if you want to join in on the program. Yeah, there are so many different angles of how you can go about this. But there is something about that, the way we do business, especially in the legislature here in Alabama, that it doesn't live up to the Republican supermajority label and to the deep red Alabama label. There's always some deal to be made. And the increase in spending, and yet we still have these huge problems that need to be addressed, in particular the prisons that they're trying to do by building a new one. Are we just going to get one, though? The whole idea was two initially, right?
Yeah, but that's sad because, we should get two.
Right.
The ones we have, all of them are horrible, to say the least. So.
Yeah, and there's some stuff they've done, like the House of Representatives here, the State House here in Alabama, passed legislation officially recognizing the Gulf of America.
Well, okay. I bought the T-shirt. I did the same thing.
That's cool. Yeah.
Let's see.
The Alabama House also passes bills setting a Class C felony charge for disrupting worship service.
Okay, I'm down with that. No arguments there. No
you're like,
shouldn't have to be stated that way, but yeah.
No, and this is the thing. Like, the legislature will do a lot of stuff that's conservative, but it's more like, well, it's a good idea, but it's not. What we're talking about here is general direction, like general governing philosophy.
Play whack-a-mole.
Right. And, again, I can play both sides of this in the sense that they'll argue down there that we're not Florida. We don't have the tourism dollars. Florida can do certain things because they're Florida.
You know what else they got?
Texas can do certain things because they're Texas.
Lotto.
They do have that.
Both of those.
But then I'm like, well, what about Mississippi, who's getting a lot better? A lot faster than people in Alabama want to admit.
They're cheating, Joey.
What do you mean they're cheating?
You can't go from 50th to 49th overnight.
Well, yeah, you can when you got a man named Tate leading you.
Well, that's just it. They got the youth. What can you do? We got grandma. They got the youth.
And Tennessee's kicking butt.
Tennessee is kicking butt. Go up there, just drive through Tennessee, North Alabama. You'll see all the cranes that are still just building left and right up there.
And I think they just approved an Elon Musk project, like using the Boring Company, like
that's right,
tunneling.
Yes,
from like the airport right to downtown Nashville.
Yeah,
which is incredible.
Nashville.
Yeah, and after recently spending some time there, I'm like, that's freaking cool. Wait, I could just fly in there or park outside the city.
Imagine how
just take that in.
How good that would be in every city.
Yeah. Oh, it'd be especially.
Imagine.
Think of Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Oh my God, that would be so much better.
I could park in Columbus and maybe catch a train in. That'd be great.
Right, but then I look at Alabama and I'm like,
we got nothing on the horizon, Joey.
Like, but wouldn't we be easier
in
the sense of like
we had the better resources?
Like, and also you don't have as many of the problems with rights of way that you're going to have with big population centers.
True.
Now,
I don't know land out there, Joey.
What rights of way look like underground exactly. Like, there's probably a lot of
got lots of land.
I haven't looked into the details myself, but yeah, it's like there's a lot happening in Alabama. Don't get me wrong. Like,
but it could be more. It just seems like we're doing little things instead of. Give me a big project we got going on, and don't give me the data center crap.
Well, I mean, the Eli Lilly thing was a pretty big get, like at that big manufacturing plant up in North Alabama.
All right. When they going to
That
open?
was.
When they
I
start
don't
to
even know off the top of my head.
open? That's the thing.
Right. And you don't buy the data centers thing?
I don't buy them as a meaningful source of employment, no.
Now, Trump last night was trying to put that talking point that is a very grassroots thing, and average folks are saying it a lot, that my power bill is going to go up because of these things, because they use so much power. We were talking about it with Rodney Walker yesterday.
Yeah.
And Trump is saying no, and he had a Secretary of Energy like, yeah, say those words, Mr. President. Chris Wright, where they're essentially moving with this idea that you can build data centers, but you have to build your own power generation. And their claim, their idea is they will build so much power generation it will actually make things go down.
Okay.
You believe it when you say
No,
it?
I don't believe none of that crap. These are the same people, Alabama Power. We pay the tax on their profits. So until we can even get that off the table, they're just going to screw us 9 ways to Sunday. They'll tell you one thing, why they, sticking it to you. I don't like the fancy talk. Give it to me straight.
No, I think the solution to all this is build more power capacity.
Oh, I thought
that's usually my answer to a lot of stuff. Just innovate more, create more of it.
Anarchy was you were going to go with.
I'm on a different kick now.
I see.
Yeah, I want a
very moving.
I want a structured, localized ordering of people under, God Almighty. That's what I want.
Wow.
Yeah. No, actually, it's not that different from what I've believed all these years. Not at all that different. But no, it is an idea of build more. And that's where I see the fight about to happen. It's like, you're going to make my power bill go up because you just want to do your fancy AI data center thing. And I'm like, why not? Why not these miniaturized nuclear reactors?
Because it's Alabama.
Why not more just power generation in general? And I'm not just talking about Alabama. I'm talking about nationwide.
Okay. Remind you of where we're at. We're in Alabama, right?
Yeah.
Remember, not too far away from the capital city, less than an hour away, the people got sewage running out in their backyards and have been running that way forever and a day. And the government's trying to get involved. They can't even handle basic sewage. Why are we going to give folks in Alabama a mini nuclear?
Well, no, we're not just give folks. We'll give
I'm
Meta.
saying can't be trusted.
What about Amazon? What about Gemini with Google's Gemini? You going to trust Google?
Not really. They give me bad directions all the time.
What about Anthropic's Claude?
I'm unsure of that, but
would you trust Elon?
A little bit.
Actually,
I do. I have a lot more trust for Elon than most any of the other
when
ones.
that guy says he's going to do a thing, he usually does.
I feel comfortable with that. Yeah.
Right. It may not be exactly the time frame he says, but
he's going to.
But he chose. I mean, Texas obviously, but he chose the first big thing was set up in Tennessee. I think outside of Memphis. Yeah.
But that's the thing. He says he's going to do it. He's not going to get halfway through the project and bail out.
But I bring that up because people bring up, look at what happened to Selma and these parts of Alabama and West Alabama to the west of just the capital city. And I'm like, look at where Elon chose to put his thing right out. Memphis ain't doing that great. There's the way you develop a lot of these places is usually you bring in a very big player that actually starts driving development. But what are we doing? Especially when you don't have basic, sewage systems. The problem is buy-in.
Yeah.
Anyway, but a subsidy that's coming from the government ain't going to do it.
No, it's not.
Right. Anyway, I love this place in a way. Immediately, the Homer in me, when the Canadians started talking crap about Alabama, I'm like, you have no idea this place is awesome. But then when I get back to where I'm among Alabamians, I'm like, why do we suck? It's this love-hate thing.
It is, but we have a beautiful region. We've got more resources than we know what to do with, but we can't get out of our own way. We still got ghosts from the past haunting us on a regular, and some people honestly are comfortable with that. I'm not. I think it's ridiculous, but
oh well.
Yeah.
Well, and Huntsville's its own thing now. Seriously, it's a very different. That's federal occupied land in a big way.
Those realtors make 10%. Yeah,
they do.
Yeah,
I'm sure they're doing all right with
yes,
all those federal workers moving there.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, and talk about a major hub of the central nervous system of the federal government. Yeah, so that's a whole other.
Also, big brain shift. That's brain power moving, baby.
Oh yeah, but you got to wonder how does that affect the state's politics going forward? Because I'm straight up about this, especially when let's say a senator graces us with their presence here. I understand, Montgomery and south of Birmingham.
No action, man.
the money in the population. There's some, but it's nothing compared to the money in the population,
Right.
Birmingham and North.
No, that's right.
And that's where that's how the
And when
game
you go
outside
south,
the world works.
Same when you go south. You south of Montgomery, you get closer to the beach, Mobile, things like that. Money starts popping up again.
But could you imagine if like parts of Florida, parts of Alabama, parts of Mississippi, into Louisiana, like all seceded and made their own,
That would
like,
be the redneck Riviera.
and made their own state? That place would be the most. We think like Japan's the most unique place on earth. That place would be one of the most unique places on earth.
You would have some New Orleans in there, yeah.
Oh man, no, you know what I'm talking about. It's a different type of Alabamian when you go to the coast.
Oh,
It's
100%.
A Panhandle Floridian, different type of Florida man right there.
Yep.
And think that I love this place, but I also have this love-hate thing going on, especially with the politics. It's like we could be better. I
We
want
could
us
be
to
a
be
lot better, but who are we holding the standard up to? Like with Ledbetter, he did some things I'm not crazy about. But is the next guy in there going to be any different from him? I don't think so.
Well, no, the question is
personally.
like a matter of, do you actually play the game of what Jerk Wilkins was talking about with the state committee, but also you run for office, you build the fundraising networks. Like, you want to really play the game, go play the game and do it well. And then you can
you're
get
a sellout. Then you're a sellout.
Now
Yeah.
you're just, oh man.
No, you got to maintain your roots, grassroots.
I'm a little crab. Let me pull you down back into my bucket. I'm a little crab. Anyway.
It's true. Crabs in the bucket, no doubt.
We'll be right back.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
We get this question all the time.
Do you handle that?
Buying or selling a home?
Yes.
Commercial?
Yes.
Land or investments?
Absolutely. Hannah and Eddie Realty Group. One team.
Every real estate move. 334-322-0662.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state, while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
Live local talk. The River Region's only 24-hour News Talk FM station. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. Let's go right to the phones and talk to Austin Baranko with Invista Advisors. Hey, Austin, good to talk to you, man.
Yeah, good to talk to you, Joey. Eddie, hope you're having a good day, too.
Wonderful day, brother. Wonderful day.
Now, it sounds like you want to jump in on this AI power conversation. I did think it was fascinating what Trump was claiming. We'll build so much capacity individually for these companies building data centers. A lot of that excess can be put onto grids, and you could actually drive energy prices down.
Yeah, so, I listened to not all of the address last night, but, as much of it as I could before falling asleep. And, we boiled it down to kind of two options. The ratepayer protection pledge, kind of, which is what you're talking about, or just allowing tech companies to build their own power grids. And, either of them are reasonable responses in my mind. If you're trying to figure out a way to lower the cost of energy to citizens, you would either, one, force these companies to subsidize, and that's what the ratepayer protection pledge discussed is, hey, you can tap into our power grid, but if you're driving up rates, you're going to eat the difference in rate increase. And that's just effectively a subsidy that would be, coming from the companies to the local governments in the area where power is being generated and pulled from their grid. The second is the tech companies build their own power generation. And this, to me, is probably the most exciting opportunity as an investor, because when you look at the themes that we've been talking about, whether it be solar or nuclear primarily, those would be the two energy sources that you would anticipate these AI companies to rely on. And so for anyone that's an investor in those spaces, you got to get a little excited that, ooh, this could become a reality. What you got to be careful about is putting all your eggs in that basket, because the truth is building out, I mean, heck, even locally here, I'm sure you guys see, say no to solar signs everywhere you drive around, especially as you get out towards the Hope Hall area. And so it's not like you just show up one day and build a solar field. There's a ton of lobbying that goes on behind the scenes to make that a reality. Some people love it, some people hate it, but regardless of what type of energy they're going to use, there's always going to be people that hate it. Either the people that, aren't getting the benefit of being able to take advantage of that, or politicians who are trying to whip votes and get, the other side of the aisle to vote for them may, try to use that as leverage to gain more votes. And so I'm excited most about tech companies building their own power generation on site, but I'm hesitant to go all in on that space because, each small city, municipality, state is going to have different regulations and different lobbying efforts to allow or prevent this. And eventually, the attorneys are going to get their hands in the pockets of all these deals, and we'll see what comes about. But I bet in, say, 2 to 3 years, you are going to see these AI companies having to create their own power generation more so than subsidizing back to the state. And the reason I feel convicted about that is if I'm a company owner and I have the option to pull power from a state power grid, which is probably old and outdated and inefficient, and in exchange for that, I have to subsidize the cost increase, I'm saying no thanks to that. I'm just going to build my own that's more efficient, it's more modern, it's new, and I'm not giving any money back to the state. That would be my thought as a business owner, just off the cuff. And so I think in the next 2 to 3 years, you're going to see a lot of these AI companies that have had capital infusions or capital raising campaigns funding those types of energy generators on site because they don't want to subsidize state rates.
I like it, and it'll be interesting to see where it happens or where it goes what happens in the next 2 years. Now, what has been, if any, fallout from the Supreme Court's ruling on the EPA tariffs?
Yeah, so the tariffs, and Trump, when he was talking about the tariffs last night, was basically staring down SCOTUS, and they were staring right back at him. Just I could feel the ire between the two, the group and Trump. But they basically struck down the regulation he was using to impose broad tariffs. And in practice, what that means is there's going to be call it a sunset period on the tariffs that were imposed, and it's limited to a maximum of 150 days. The tariffs that we're talking about that were broadly imposed were imposed in February of this year, so they'll run through about July of this year. So there's not going to be an immediate impact, but you'll probably begin to see the markets in some of those areas. I think metals was one in particular that they're going to claw back on. But you'll see movements in price action in those areas probably as we approach July. And to be honest with you, it's going to be kind of the classic Trump playbook that we've come to learn over his tenure as president. Is he does something, markets go crazy, he gets corrected by some type of regulatory body or the Supreme Court or Congress, so that thing goes away. But all it does is it unleashes more spending in the economy. So if you've been subject to a 15% tariff on imported goods for the last several months, and you've been having to eat that cost, and that in July that tariff gets lifted, well, what are you going to do? You're going to hold off. So we're going to have some slower economic data between now and July, but in July, you're going to spend. So I'm kind of looking towards a second half of the year spending spree if some of these tariffs come down, just because people knowing that 150-day window is set to expire, they're just going to hold their dry powder and buy 15% cheaper is once again what my gut is telling me.
And by the way, you're right about the tension in the room and the stone face, poker face that John Roberts was trying to put on. And Trump was very mild by his standards, just calling it an unfortunate decision. And real quick, just a good sign of progress can sometimes be how are we doing compared to last year? So when we look at economic data compared 2025 to 2026 and what we might be seeing as we go ahead in this year, what are you seeing?
Yeah, so, looking at the 2025 numbers for GDP growth, I would say quarter four was our weakest quarter, coming in around 1.5%. And, quarter one this year is shaping up to be very similar. So, we had a pretty hot summer, and quarter four is mimicking what we have now. A lot of people expect some cooling down. Inflation and CPI numbers are still around 2.5%. So nothing exciting there. But it does look like our annual growth this year is going to come in probably close to 2%. So a little bit stronger than, overall last year. But I think a lot of this is based on consumer confidence, and it's been soft. You hear a lot of the talking heads. One guy that I really listen to when he speaks, but he's just kind of become like a repeating sound of dissent is Jamie Dimon. And the more he talks about, this economy is in a bad spot, this economy is in a bad spot, the less and less I listen. I have no doubt that there will be some type of correction, but I'm not expecting like a 2008 prolonged 30-40% dip that takes years to recover from. Like, sure, we may get a 10% pullback this year, and it may happen pre-summer, and then when this tariff stuff settles out, there may be a buying spree, and we might recover back to where we are by year end. But the economy itself, I think, is what I would define as soft, but the market sentiment is a lot stronger than economic data. And, typically the market leads the economy. And so the sentiment is strong. I'm wondering if we've already come through kind of the weaker parts of the economy and the recovery and the soft landing. I think that they've done a great job at facilitating that. Between the Fed and Congress and Trump, give credit where it's due to those, three branches. And I think that this year is going to end up being just fine. We're not in a state of hunker down right now at our firm for this year. We're managing as if this is a very standard year with solid economic data.
Well, I always appreciate the insight. And real quick, let's tell folks about Invista Advisors before you get out of here.
Yeah, so we're registered investment advisory. Our office is located off of Vaughn Road over kind of near Wind Lakes, and we handle anything in the realm of financials. So if you're looking to set up for retirement or take care of an aging parent or put kids through college or, buy or sell a business, anything in the realm of finance that you need some expertise on, we can help. And if we can't help, we can put you in touch with somebody that can. So give us a call.
That number, folks, 387-0094. When you call them up at 387-0094, be sure to tell them you heard Austin Brake on the radio with that Joey Clark guy.
Awesome. Thank you, Joey, and you and Eddie have a great day.
Appreciate it.
See you, brother.
Again, that's Austin Branco with Invista Advisors.
The opinions voiced in this material are for general information only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual. All performance referenced is historical and is no guarantee of future results. All indices are unmanaged and may not be invested into directly. The opinions expressed in this material do not necessarily reflect the views of LPL Financial. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Investment advice is offered through Invista Advisors, registered investment advisor and separate entity from LPL Financial.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. President Trump began his State of the Union address last night by telling the country that it is doing well and is very strong. After 1 year in office for his second term, he says there have been a lot of benefits to the economy and the security of Americans. Another dusting of snow last night raked across a broad stretch of the Northeast. The place is still trying to dig out from this week's blizzard, and the National Weather Service says the extended forecast shows two new fronts. It could bring more snow and ice, the first starting in just a couple of days. The administration is expanding its pressure on Iran by imposing new sanctions aimed at the country's missile, drone, and oil networks. The Treasury announced the move today. It targets 30 people, companies, and ships. The sanctions focus on Iran's so-called shadow fleet and on drone makers like Quad's Aviation Industries. This is SRN News.
Have you noticed losing weight is harder than it used to be? You're eating better and exercising, but the scale barely moves? The real problem isn't willpower, it's metabolic dysfunction. And standard dieting just makes it worse. PhD Weight Loss has helped thousands fix the root cause of stubborn weight. Take their free metabolic assessment at fixmyweightloss.com. Fixmyweightloss.com. It's quick, personalized, and shows why your body is resisting weight loss, so you know exactly what to fix. Visit fixmyweightloss.com. That's fixmyweightloss.com.
From Lionsgate and Kingdom Story Company comes the highly anticipated I Can Only Imagine 2.
Hey, it's Bart Millard from Mercy Me. And almost 10 years ago, we made a movie called I Can Only Imagine. And it did okay. But while everything was supposed to be perfect on the outside, real life hit on the inside. This is that true story.
Imagine what God can do again. I Can Only Imagine 2. Now playing. Rated PG. Parental guidance.
Rich Thomas Weather brought to you by M&M Outdoors. Book your stay today at MNMCampground.com for relaxation at its best. It's easy to find and hard to leave. M&M Outdoors, your home away from home.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. Our temperatures are starting to turn around, and that's certainly good news. I've got us dry today with a high temperature up to about 71. Then we're dry through the evening hours tonight. Overnight low temperature down to about 55, with the risk of showers beginning in the pre-dawn hours tomorrow morning and a better chance of showers by Thursday afternoon, high in the mid-70s. Showers and thunderstorms likely on Thursday night, and maybe a leftover shower early in the day Friday, but even Friday's high will be in the lower 70s. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
At ASC, we're more than a credit union. We're your neighbors. We live here, grow here, and deeply care about this community. That's why we created ASC Cares, to give back, stay connected, and support the people who make this place home. Because when our community thrives, we all do. ASC Cares, federally insured by NCUA.
From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, here's today's top stories. Alabama's House of Representatives passed a bill Tuesday afternoon that would make disrupting a worship service a felony. House Bill 363 criminalizes the act of disrupting a church service with unlawful protest, riot, or disorderly conduct. The first violation would carry a minimum sentence of 1 year behind bars. The bill now moves on to the Senate for consideration. Governor Kay Ivey announced the state will commit $40 million to Jackson Hospital in Montgomery. However, the funds will only be issued once Jackson Hospital emerges out of bankruptcy. Governor Ivey made the announcement at a bond commission meeting Tuesday and joined the group in authorizing future bonds to support Jackson Hospital. A tax-free weekend for guns and ammunition passed on Alabama's House floor Tuesday afternoon. House Bill 360 would create an annual Second Amendment sales tax holiday during the last weekend in August. Nearly every state Republican House member is sponsoring the bill. House Bill 360 now moves on to the Senate. From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, I'm Sky Mosley.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368. An equal housing lender.
Budget Floors and More has the best prices. Carpet as low as 69 cents per square foot. LVP starting at $1.29 a square foot. Sheet vinyl as low as 65 cents per square foot. And the lowest prices on flooring installation supplies. Budget Floors and More across from Delray Publix.
2026 marks 60 years that hope has had a home in Alabama. At the Alabama Sheriff's Youth Ranches, children who've lost everything through no fault of their own have found something priceless. A safe place to live, a loving Christian family, and the chance to simply be kids again. Here, boys and girls grow up surrounded by care, guidance, and faith, learning right from wrong, learning responsibility, learning they are valued and that their lives have purpose. As the Alabama Sheriffs have believed for 6 decades, it's easier to build boys and girls than to repair men and women. These former ranchers are now teachers, parents, business owners, and leaders. living proof that love, structure, and faith can change a life forever. As the Alabama Sheriff's Youth Ranches celebrate 60 years of serving Alabama's children, you can help ensure the next child has the same chance. Learn how you can make a difference at alabamasheriffsyouthranches.org. 60 years of building lives, and we're just getting started.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's news and views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Now, I'm going to give Eddie a choice here. Do you want to go on the State of the Union stuff or do something else?
I don't mind State of the Union. I didn't watch it because I knew it was going to run long, but the clips I've seen, I'm glad with the clips. Everything's gone well.
Yeah, we can pull a few up because, honestly, it was too late. I've been going to bed early.
Really?
Yeah, and because I've been getting up early. And
well, you know, Trump's a night owl, so.
Oh, definitely. Did you see, I don't have a clip of it because it's so short, but Senator John Kennedy, after Trump did his speech, Trump's walking out shaking hands like, good to see you, John. You're the only smart Democrat. And good to see you. Oh, that's great. John Kennedy walks up to him, Senator Kennedy, goes, I think you should take the rest of the day off. And Trump loses it laughing. Like, just that guy. That guy's got to be a lot of fun at parties.
Oh, no doubt.
So,
no doubt.
I think the moment that was just says it all. Like, how would you sum up the speech? Well, it would be two parts, like the poignant stuff. Truly, like, there's a moment where Trump brought out a father who had been in an awful prison in Caracas, and they freed a lot of political prisoners, and he reunited the father with the daughter right there in that moment. I mean, in several other instances, the USA hockey team coming out.
That was good.
The 100-year-old fella, like, getting the Medal of Honor, Congressional Medal of Honor, which is just incredible. But I still love my grandfather's line. He ain't going to be getting that pension long.
It's got me thinking about it, too. Does it delay 30 days? When's he going to get his first check?
Well, but then the other guy who got the Congressional Medal of Honor, the Chinook helicopter operator, who, got shot through the legs and still finished the mission out. And people said, look at the bars on his sleeve. So that's each one of those is like a 6-month tour.
Oh, wow.
So it would have been 5 years.
Yeah, he had a story
in
on
theater.
Yeah.
And so just what a man. Like, and so many, I'm leaving some out, like so many heroic stories. And of course, the nod to Erika Kirk and Charlie Kirk, to Iryna Zarutska's mother there. So there were the poignant things that happened.
Okay.
But then there was the theater of it and stand up and clap and for all this stuff. And at one point Trump said, stand up if you agree. Like he just kind of queued it up. That our number one priority is taking care of American citizens, not illegal aliens.
You would assume everyone would stand right up.
None of the Democrats stood up. And the Republicans purposely just kept applauding. It was one of the longest applause breaks of the night to just make them sit there and go, see?
So what's her number one priority then, Joey?
I don't know. Not being racist or something. Or something like that.
Yeah, I guess so.
But here is Trump. I think this is the line of the night.
All right.
These people are crazy. I'm telling you. They're crazy.
Yes.
Nobody stands up. These people are crazy.
Amazing. Incredible. Boy, oh boy. We're lucky we have a country. With people like this, Democrats are destroying our country, but we've stopped it just in the nick of time, didn't we?
Yeah, he's just started going, like, he is not deterred at all, man.
No.
Oh, he went off script a few times.
I love that.
A few moments are like, wait, you're trying to do something poignant here. And you're like.
Somebody had to reel him back in?
And they shot him right through the legs. It was brutal. It was gruesome. But 272-9228 if you want to share some of your favorite moments of that. Let's go to line 1. You're on there. Who's this?
Hey, this is Stacy, George.
Hey, Stacy, what's up?
Hey, not much. Hey, I was going to come back to if I could, back to what you were talking about earlier about the Montgomery mayor.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I consider myself, now I'm an independent. I've always been a Republican, but I don't jive with everything going on with this, a lot of hate and things like that. I'm probably more libertarian now, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what I would say with this is Governor Ivey, I blame her as much as I do the mayor here in Montgomery, because what she does is the first thing she said when that happened was some thug, okay, the same mentality and the same thought process she uses with the prison is somebody might get out of prison, and the mentality is we need somebody, I'm just going to say it, we need somebody younger, a little bit younger generation to talk to these people and negotiate between the city of Montgomery and the state, because I believe I can't imagine that the mayor doesn't want it safe here, but because they're so polarized and Governor Ivey's so far right and he's kind of to the left, then you can't compromise. And see, that's why I want independents elected in this state, and it makes people mad, but that's my goal. Somebody that can work with both sides, because
you're just going to piss off everybody trying to do that, man.
Well, that's what we need, because I see this and I go, I can see both sides are good in some ways, but why can't we come together instead of just having to be like the moment? I mean, like last night, I didn't watch it. I was in Irondale at this viewing for the Alabama Solution, since I'm in that movie. So we were doing that, had 120 people there. The mayor had it. It was amazing. But, I sit and look at this, and it's like with Trump, okay? Trump's good, but if I called on here and I said, Joey, you're the best thing in Montgomery that ever happened to talk radio in Montgomery. This station is great. Okay, if I say that about you, that's okay. But if you get up there and say you're the best thing in Montgomery, whatever, and so what will happen is Trump will leave this good thing they had last night, and he'll go out, and you watch. He's not as bad as he was, but he'll get out and say something like, start bragging on himself. And that's the number one thing God doesn't like, is somebody to brag on stuff. Proverbs 6 through 19, I read every morning. The number one thing God hates is pride and arrogance. And I try to make sure I'm not prideful or arrogant. And, that's what I see. And he'll ruin everything that happened last night bragging on himself, And that's the truth. It's sad, and it makes people mad, but it's the truth.
Yeah, I just don't think that's that unique in politics, number one. And then I'd be happy to say that Trump is constantly showing that he doesn't live an exactly biblical life in a lot of ways. Right. That's just obvious in a lot of the things he says. But and the Most High lifts up and pulls down whoever he wishes. It's for his purposes. On the crime thing in Montgomery, it's just maybe it's because I'm here, and I think I did give the mayor a benefit of the doubt since he was first elected for a while, much to the chagrin of some of my friends on the right. And I think it has come down to a qualitative leadership problem. Perhaps you could lay some of that at the feet of the governor, fair enough. You sometimes wonder who's actually running the governor's office. But when it's not, there have been so many people who told me behind the scenes the problem is communication. And I brought this up to the mayor's face, that you can do all the pay packages, you can say all that you want, but the job is not getting done. We're not recruiting. We're not hiring enough. And my sense is we aren't able to get everybody in the same room and row in the same direction. And I put that on the leaders. And I would, I guess, put that on the governor. I'd put that on the mayor. I'd put it on any executive leader. And it's very frustrating at this point. That's why I support what Senator Barfoot's trying to do. And the state has already stepped in to help supplement fighting crime and police law enforcement activity here in Montgomery with the Montgomery Area Crime Suppression Unit. So that's not free either. So there's a lot of sins to go around. I just want leaders to lead, and let's stop pointing the finger. But for the time being, that's the name of the game.
So if you live here, why don't you run for mayor next time, Joey? You'd be a good mayor.
No, I would not.
But, I worked with them. They gave me the carry the cross permit. I've met with them a little bit on the State House. I've got it set up, and I've got the city of Montgomery. They dealt with me pretty good. I'm not here every day, but as a 13-and-a-half-year law enforcement officer, I took a very strong position against the ICE situation in Minneapolis. I didn't like that. And I said, these guys, and it's coming out now, they're not trained right to do what they're doing in Minneapolis, because I've been, I'm APOC certified, have been for 13.5 years, and they're not law enforcement. So what I said was, they took a bad situation, and you can't, as the president or anybody else, you can't blanketly say, I support all law enforcement. We have to get the bad apples out, and we have to make examples of them, because the whole one bad person or two or three can ruin the whole batch, just like in ADOC in the movie. They beat folks to death. And I worked there 13.5 years, never used a baton, never used a spray or nothing, and I didn't have any problem because I had communication skills. So I want peace officers in Montgomery and Huntsville. In my town, we have peace officers. And that's what we want, people to keep the peace, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so, I just don't like people polarizing, like with Governor Ivey. Of course, I've run against her and stuff, and I think she's done some great things in the past. But the bottom line is, her mentality is the same thing with 70 to 80-year-old people, and their mentality is no inmates out, and then there ain't nothing but a bunch of thugs. I think that's the way she said it, something like that. And what happens is you polarize both sides, and there's no coming together. So what they need to do is the mayor of Birmingham, or mayor of Montgomery, and the governor needs to get some younger people, maybe 50 to 60 years old, to negotiate a deal. And because I'm just being honest, their mindset is just not good for getting along. And there's no reason that government cannot find some way to get along, because without unity in something, we're not going to get anything done.
Well, we shall see, especially with these upcoming elections. And I appreciate it, Stacy. Appreciate the call.
Take care, Stacy.
272-9228. This is Joey on the line?
Yeah, Joey from Prattville.
Hey, Joey from Prattville. How are you doing?
Oh, if I was any better, I'd be a twin.
What's on your mind?
I wanted to go back to the solar farm thing.
Yeah.
That they're planning. I'll just give everybody a heads up. It's not like a planet. There's a solar farm going in. The new Meta, the Meta database center that they're building. There's a building. I'm not gonna name it on air. I'll send it to you in text, and you can share it with Eddie. But I don't want to name the building on air. But there's a huge old warehouse building that inside of it right now, I'm over here working. And inside of it right now is over 90,000 solar panels.
Whew.
That Meta's already shipped here. They didn't ship them, and they're not storing them for free.
Right.
I mean, so they got a plan. They know exactly what their plan is. There's going to be a big ass solar. Excuse my language. There's going to be a big solar farm out there.
Mm-hmm.
The solar panels are already here.
Yep.
Yeah, and I remember seeing the signs years ago, and people protested.
They're still out there now.
And
the signs are still out there. So a lot of people think that they're still fighting. No, it's already settled.
Done.
There's one going in.
Yep.
They didn't send them panels here for nothing.
Nope. But they ain't gonna send them back either.
I know who they belong to.
Well, and based on the conversation I just had with Stacey George there, that's the one thing I can remember where Governor Ivey and Mayor Stephen Reed were like, "Woo, we got Meta coming to town." So we are in unity on certain things,
Sure.
and what do you know? The everyday folks don't like it.
From what I understand, you're getting ready to have like a 9,000-acre solar farm out here.
Dadgum. Well, they needed power some way.
Yep. But I'll send it to you in Messenger where they're actually at. And Eddie will know the building, and it's trust me, this is a big building. And when I say it's full, it is full.
Well, I appreciate you giving us the info and the insight. Thanks, Joey.
See you, Joey.
All right, bye.
272-9228. That's 334-272-9228. How about this? Let's hit a break.
All right.
Honestly, I did stay up too late to watch all that crap.
How late? What time did you go to bed?
Like 11? Woke up at 5.
Good for you.
Did you sleep at all?
No, a couple hours. Got some good anxiety in. Yeah.
Sounds miserable.
Welcome to 56 or 57, whatever I'm at.
You know, you don't have to live that way. I'm sure there's options out there.
Yeah.
You're not going to follow through?
I'm looking for those options.
Oh, you're looking for the options. Okay.
I think one of them's in Jamaica. I swear.
How about this? Let's hit a quick break. We'll be right back.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings 6 till 9 and afternoons 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
When winter hits your furnace hard, don't settle for a quick fix. Call the Luckwire team that gets it done right and gets it done fast. Winter is tough enough without a broken heater. When your furnace struggles, call Luckwire to get your home warm again. Winter hits hard. We hit back. For furnace repairs done right and fast, you need Luckwire. Whatever you require, call Luckwire. AL license number 22154.
This is your roving reporter. Today I'm talking with a prospector. That's right, man. I'm prospecting for gold. You dig? No, but it looks like you do. And you know the first thing I'm going to do when I strike it rich? What's that? I'm going to hire David Ernest to be my money man. You mean everyone's favorite asset preservationist? That is correct, man. I'm going to call him up at 833-596-7233. 833-596-SAFE. You know, I've heard a lot of good things about David Ernest. You know, he's the best money man around with over 40 years of experience. Experience is necessary, especially when you're digging for gold. That's right, man. And I can see that you don't have very much experience. What do you mean, man? Well, you have the little plastic bucket and shovel like a kid would take to the beach. Yeah, man, well, I want to start out small and kind of pace myself up until I strike it rich. Well, maybe you should call David Ernest first. You think he's got a shovel? Never know till you ask. I dig, man.
Are you tired of the mainstream media's biased reporting? Do you want to stay informed on the news that really matters to you? Look no further than 1819 News. At 1819 News, we bring you the latest in Alabama news, politics, sports, culture, and more. We've assembled a team of journalists with Alabama values dedicated to the truth and the truth alone. Visit us at 1819news.com today. That's 1819news.com. Subscribe to our newsletter. Honest News, Alabama Values. This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender.
On FM, on your smartphone, and online, the River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. Now, as I was saying earlier, who would you have guessed that you were getting into that one? I can keep it going for a second.
That's pretty good. I can be honest, man. Put your music in my videos, man. Pretty good.
But all those years ago, did you expect John Fetterman to be like the guy?
Oh, no.
You know what I mean, though?
Opposite. I thought he was going to just be a tool.
Right, because
a complete tool.
I mean, God loved the man, the stroke that he suffered.
I figured they had the
man
perfect
can barely
candidate for them.
speak.
Yeah.
And yet he has proven to be quite an independent entity. It's almost like that stroke, that trauma, that problem he had, woke him up and shook him in a way where he's like, you know what, I don't have to do the normal thing.
So basically, once your blood got cut off to the brain, or the oxygen got cut off the brain, he got more sense about himself.
Or something. I don't know. Sometimes when people go through such a traumatic event in life, it can change a person.
It is changing. Remember him before when he was just running, we thought he was a joke.
Right.
Then he got elected, we knew he was a joke.
Yeah, but I think he also is savvy. He's seen the writing on the wall that doing the uber progressive thing is actually not, number one, great in the state of Pennsylvania.
Yeah, that's true. There.
And number two, it is y'all are crazy. Yeah. Like there are moments where things are just this.
Yeah.
Why are we? Trump said it in the speech last night. He's like, you say this 15 years ago, no men and women's sports, and what's happened to the country? Yeah. Like there are issues where you're like, why is this even? This is insane. In fact, they brought up one girl who's a detransitioner.
Yes, one that's successfully suing,
or one of them, yeah. Mm-hmm. And you see, no, this is a girl that the state was wanting to take her away from her parents.
Oh, Joey.
Right, that because they wouldn't affirm her brand new gender identity.
Stuff. Yep,
these sorts of things.
Right.
So Trump was calling to ban that.
Yes,
and of
1,000%.
Course, all the Democrats sit. All of them just sit, and then Erika Kirk. They just all sit. Now they stood when he goes, no political violence ever, and everybody stood up for that, the obligatory thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, when you read people in that room, too, like all the niceties, like there was one camera shot on Howard Lutnick walking in.
Dude, I was surprised.
And you see Lutnick shaking people's hands, like even shaking like John Roberts, the Chief Justice's hand, and you just see everybody kind of, there's not too much of a tell, but it's like,
what do you do? What are you doing here? Mm-hmm. What are you doing here, man?
I only went snorkeling.
No, I don't buy that one with him.
You don't?
No.
You don't think he only went snorkeling?
If nothing else, I'm suddenly believing in guilt by association.
Yeah. I don't think there's proof that he did awful things, but it seems very clear that he had
very comfortable there.
He had a much tighter, my guess is, financial relationship.
Let me ask you this, Joey. If you knew Joe Blow, and he's a weirdo, but he's got money,
yeah,
would you bring your family for lunch to his house?
If I have yachts? Yeah, and my yacht's in the area, probably.
Yeah, you'd bring by there?
Right, and then we get back on the yacht and we leave. I do it, by the way, when I got millions tied up with this guy, and this guy has all these secrets on me, too. I do niceties.
No, you stay away from that, and then you don't have to worry about that secrets on you kind of thing.
I think your Highland Gardens mentality is betraying you in this moment. It's very classist of me to say, but
well, it's very
just
classist.
Saying.
It's very classist for me to feel that way.
I think the world Howard Lutnick runs in is a little different.
They're the same scumbags, man.
Yeah, but so I didn't have it in my expectations that John Fetterman would be this reasonable fella, and who's besties for the resties with Katie Britt.
Can we give her some credit for this? You think?
I think there might be something to it.
I mean, let's be honest. Before Katie, he was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah, and then she visited him when he was in the hospital, and he's talked about it. I checked myself in for depression. She was one of the few of my colleagues that actually visited me as a friend. And
exactly.
I'm like, maybe just being a good person on a personal basis actually
Positive
goes
influence.
a long way.
Looks that way.
Well, let's listen in. This is Senator Fetterman's reaction to the State of the Union.
The rest of people in my party would stand up and clap for. I clapped with a lot of those things that it seemed like others. Like I stood up and I clapped to recognize the family that lost their daughter, the Ukrainian girl that was stabbed to death, in North Carolina. And I stood up and I clapped that political prisoner from Venezuela, how you can't celebrate those kinds of things. And now I also celebrated all the veterans that were in the audience as well, too. And even more the political things like Erika Kirk. I stood up and I clapped for her as well, too. Now, here, can't we just be more kind to a widow? I mean, we just shouldn't be that long ago that a widow, with young children has her husband murdered, how we can't just acknowledge that as well, too. Whether white people would attack her, whether the left or the right either. So I'm always going to stand up and clap for things that I agreed with like striking the Iranian, sites now for me. I never worry about who's standing up or clapping. If I see it, I'm going to. If I don't agree with it or whatever, I'm certainly not going to yell and scream and disrupt the whole thing.
Oh, but some people did it.
Somewhat civil? Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, definitely. Well, I missed the very beginning, and apparently Representative Al Green. I don't even, I want to double check. Is this a meme?
Either. I saw the sign, and what you and I talked about. We thought the sign was an actual meme.
Right.
But apparently it was the real sign. That
I thought somebody was doing something crazy with the Photoshopping and the AI or whatever. But here, let me see if I can just find it real quick. So I don't have it queued up. But yeah, and I did. I was talking. I was talking to my brother about all sorts of stuff. And so I didn't catch the very, very beginning. Yeah, I think it's from Texas.
I think it's out of Texas.
Let's
Looking to me.
see here. Yeah, this looks like it's the clip where he is being escorted out of the room. Let's check this out.
And we will never go back to where we were just a very short time ago. We're not going back. Today our border is secure.
There you go.
It was kind of hard to make out the sign from that clip exactly what it said, but here, if we go back, I just searched for Al Green. It looks like, yeah, he held up a sign, and it must have been right the first sentence. That's the sign, and it says, black people aren't apes. It's like, I know.
But,
And again, it's part of this conversation of like, why is it the things that wound you so deeply are such useful political tools in certain moments? But that's everybody, by the way.
Yeah,
like, what has happened to us where it's like, ouchie, ouchie. Ooh, I get to use this wound as a way to shame my opponent.
That's exactly right. Look what he did to me. Yep.
Anyway, let's go to Duke. Hey, Duke, how you doing?
What up, Duke?
What's going on, fellas?
Hanging in here like a hair in a biscuit, man.
Oh, boy, put a damn biscuit out there, have that biscuit.
I went by Hardee's.
Oh, they got the best biscuit I heard now.
If you want a hair.
Wait. Which kind of hair?
You got to have a hair in.
It was curly. Let's just go with that.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
But, Joey, I saw some of that stuff on my G last night, man. Why wasn't they had 14 of the survivors there, I thought, I think. And, why wasn't any of those people recognized, talked about just a little bit, Everybody else was getting love and everything. Why these women wasn't getting any kind of love?
It was almost over 2 hours. Which survivors are you talking about? Epstein?
Yeah, they had 14 on the front row right there somewhere. Why wasn't those women recognized at all? Just like
how would you do that,
didn't recognize them at all.
Just curious how you would do that. How you would.
Well, he talked about
Hey,
everybody
I'm sorry.
else.
What happened to you? 14, and then we move on.
Yeah. Talk to us. I'm sorry what happened to you ladies. I see you guys in the audience right now. So I'm gonna show y'all some love. Why wasn't they showing any love?
I don't know. We getting.
They even asked Pam Abundance to show some love a couple weeks ago, and she said, "Don't mark this down." So what's going on with this here thing?
The Epstein thing?
Yeah, what's going on with this here thing right here?
I don't think a hell of a lot. I mean, a lot of people are being charged with crimes in the UK. A lot of people here are just quitting.
People overseas, people in the UK getting locked up and slammed to the concrete and everything.
Yeah. I think there's still quite a few pages here that hadn't been released and probably won't be released, to be honest. I disagree with it, but ain't much I can do about this, to be honest.
Well, and the latest thing I saw was a photo released of Stephen Hawking.
Oh, good Lord.
With two, they redacted their faces, two bikini babes with Stephen Hawking splayed out in a chair. And I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
This is just gross.
Yeah.
I mean, money didn't keep P.D. out of jail, did it?
For a while it did.
R. Kelly
Until it ran out.
R. Kelly, what about R. Kelly? Did they keep him out of jail?
No, he kept peeing on people. Eventually you keep peeing on people, you go out of jail eventually.
If you actually are peeing on people. You got to have the right kind of money, in other words, to maneuver this kind of stuff right there.
Yeah, but it's also like
billions of dollars,
we are so lost in like everybody's got their hot take and their latest insight, including people leading the charge. It's like, okay, say the names of the people that actually victimize you.
Yeah.
Why are we playing this game of like?
I don't understand that at all.
Those names should be in the paperwork, shouldn't it? I mean, the girls pointed these individuals out during the time, so that name somewhere.
Somewhere, but not. I don't think in a public database.
We ain't gonna see it. We ain't fixing. I like to say in the country, we ain't fixing to see it. We ain't fixing to see it. fixing to, yeah. So homeboy next to me, boy, he just got his head banging and.
You know, I wonder, in the world that we do live in with AI and you have people that can hack into stuff, I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen really the whole thing and it be called fake.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know as well as I do, somebody really wanted a copy of that stuff. I don't care who they are. They can get it. They can put it out there. It'd be a huge embarrassment for the Republican Party.
No, I don't know. I wrote about this, almost a year ago in July. And my take on this is I wouldn't mind if you could actually show and prove that these folks did these awful things to minors, to children.
Yeah.
Hang them up for all the world to see. But that doesn't seem like that's what this game is. It seems much more like again, cynical political cudgel for certain people to climb the ladder, and justice is still not had. And it's the fallen world we live in.
Now, we can go ahead and take the president's name off. He said he's been exonerated already, so you can go ahead and y'all can forget about fooling with the president anymore. He said he's been exonerated, so that's it on that part. So whoever else they got their eyes on, they need to.
Alabama Power.
Say the same.
They're on the
Bill
list.
Clinton.
Bill Clinton.
Oh, Slick Willie? Yeah, there's no doubt. But that's an open.
Alabama Power on there somewhere.
Yeah, Alabama Power's on there. People keep sending me things.
In what capacity? And this is the problem with this. In what capacity are they on?
I'm just average Joe that gets these little things
right,
and just laugh about it. So just
they screw it up every day.
Don't turn off my power.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's kind of funny.
No, y'all keep talking about Alabama Power. I'm going to walk outside in my car and get a poison dart in the neck and wake up in some warehouse next to the solar panels.
You know why they're not fighting those solar panels?
Why?
Because they make so much money off electricity. They don't care if somebody gets some solar panels. It shuts those folks up for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like you're playing nice with environmentalists, but you really don't care. Landman 101.
But anyhow, though, what's his name? Kelly? What's that Kelly guy? Him and Trump was eyeballing one another a little bit last night, I heard.
Kelly?
The guy that, the guy that...
the Senator Mark Kelly, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Mark Kelly, that's his name, Mark. They said him and Trump was eyeballing one another for a few minutes.
I'm sure
that'll be a good fight. Y'all think that'll be a good fight? You think that'll be a good fight right now?
80-year-old men don't make good fighters, man. They don't. It's usually embarrassing right from the get-go.
Now, Trump is pretty spry for his old age. He just, I wouldn't underestimate that guy.
80-year-old men don't throw good punches, man.
Karate chop.
Right.
He talks like he told a big stick now, like he put some A-whooping on you, boy.
Well, he probably could back in the day, but right now he just pays somebody to do that for him.
Trump get that mean looking at you. I think Trump might go around with you now.
He just ruined you in the paper.
They should have let him away. Al Green got down last night a little bit.
What's Al Green's deal, Duke? Do you know? Why does he hate the Trumpsters so much?
I don't know. Every year he come in there with something.
I know. It's almost a spectacle. At this point, I want Trump to bring him up on stage. Just let him have his moment and go ahead and leave.
He used that to get out. He don't want to hear it, so he just used that to get the hell out of there. You know,
right.
In that case, that's genius.
Right.
Yeah,
do a grand Santa thing. Like, seriously, he's holding a sign that says black people aren't apes. And I'm like...
yeah. White people ain't apes, too.
No.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Boy. Anyway, this world going to be okay one day, y'all.
One day. Right. We won't be here for it, but one day it will be.
I appreciate the call, Duke.
I know it, boy.
See you, Duke.
All right.
Let's go to Jim. Hey, Jim.
What's happening, Jim?
Oh, man. You just know that Duke that's the only thing on his mind is Epstein. He could care less. He just wanted to talk. Hey, I hate to correct, but Al was incorrect, Joey. If you'll look it up, biologically humans, Homo sapiens, are classified as a species of great ape.
Oh, that is true. Yeah.
That's right off the. They are a great ape.
I believe me sitting here right now, I share like 99% of DNA with a chimpanzee.
Yep. That 1%. So, big difference there, Joey.
So anyways, Al Green he's a nut,
he's a clown.
But he won't be around long. His seed is about to vanish. So he'll be gone. But I didn't watch all of the speech. I did watch some. I loved one of my favorites was when Trump was talking about transgenderism and that young lady there. And I was watching Fox, and the Fox camera guy goes right to a close-up of Tim McBride. And just stayed on it for a few minutes, and you should have seen his look on his face. It was like, if I could just disappear right now.
Yeah, some of the cameramen were having way too much fun doing close-ups of people like picking their nose.
That's another
and their
thing. I
teeth
would give the guys like $10 a piece. Don't show me all night.
And there's this one moment where it's Senator Lindsey Graham right next to him is the lovely Katie Britt, and Katie's poised, the person next to Lindsay's poised on the other side too, but Lindsay's almost like going, like, close your mouth, Lindsay. Like, what are you doing? It was like he was like mouthing the words Trump was saying or something. Like, what is wrong with that guy?
Joey. It was, and then when he started talking about the Somalis, the camera just sticks right on Iryna there. I mean, she is an idiot. I'm sorry. That woman is a complete idiot. And she's fixing to get in some big trouble. There's some money stuff going on there.
No, you can see in real time, like Trump broke her brain in that moment.
Yeah.
Did you see the clip, Eddie?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. It's quite something.
And you were talking about Mark Kelly. Did you see? I saw it. Man, he looked like he wanted just to crawl out of there. When he sat there, he wanted to stand up. When Trump was talking about the taking care of Americans first, and they went to him, and he sat there. You know, he didn't stand up, but he was there going, "What am I?" You know, you could just about tell. I said, "Man, what am I doing?" And sitting there, you know. Idiot. But, you know, the Democrats brought this on themselves last night when all those 70-something that decided they weren't going to show up. Mm-hmm. They put all the Democrats in a small little pocket over there. And they were outnumbered by the people that were, you know, supported Trump. And they just looked so foolish sitting there, not moving for anything.
Yeah, and also, I just get the sense, I got this sense 2-3 years ago, but these ceremonies, there's a lot of spectacle to it, and we're talking about it, but listen to the way we're talking about it. It's not the way folks would talk about, Reagan giving a State of the Union, or Bill Clinton giving a State of the Union. It's not that way at all anymore. It's now sort of tired and a joke to a lot of us.
Very tired.
Yeah. And so, I enjoyed, there was some good stuff there. Man, some of those guests he had.
Those were great.
Can you imagine that 100-year-old that guy was in World War II.
Yeah. It's amazing.
I mean, there's not very many of those guys left.
And that should have just been the whole thing. I'm not going to say a word about our accomplishments. We're just going to point out great Americans throughout history.
That'd been a great one.
That would have been kind of a fun move.
Books,
but
man.
It's a mix of yes, America's amazing. Look at the stories we can tell. And then look at the ridiculous politics that somehow claims to be the source of our greatness.
WWE.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was. I thought it was a good speech. It was long, but I thought it was pretty good. And then I know you stayed up, Joe, and watched the response from the.
My grandfather wanted to. He had some zingers last night, and we watched a little bit of Spanberger is her name or whatever.
Yeah.
And
what a moron. That woman is going to tax those people to death.
No, and 2 minutes into it, my grandfather was like, I knew I couldn't watch this. Let's just turn it off. Let's go to bed.
No, I did. That's when I turned it off. I was going to stay up and see what Fox had to say about it, but I said, man, I can't take it. I can't watch this lady here. My head's going to explode. Listen to her. And did you see any of that clips from the alternative meetings that the Democrats had? There's one that had a bunch of people dressed up in these inflatable frog outfits.
Yes,
they were dancing around on the stage. I mean, there were some weird Democratic. They had there was separate little State of the Union.
Oh yeah. No, I'll tell you exactly. I said it earlier, but it gave me Libertarian Party convention vibes. Like I thought the freaks were just in the Libertarian Party, like the one dude who stripped naked that one year, and or Vermin Supreme hanging around with the boot on his head, just making a mockery of stuff. And that's the vibe I was getting. I'm like, oh, these folks are a little possessed.
Well, I didn't understand. Do you know what the dancing frogs were all about?
They apparently protest ICE in those Fruity Frog outfits. So they go to the streets, and instead of just being normal rowdy protesters, they're just in those big old outfits being ridiculous. So the idea is create absurd moments. So, you can't say, look at these commie Antifa doing their black bloc, not showing their faces. It's like it just creates this bizarre, absurd moment of why is ICE beating up like an inflatable frog?
I never really liked frogs anyway. So
all right.
One more thing, real quick. I'm not getting long here, but the deal up in New York with the policemen being pelted with ice and snow and stuff, and the old commie up there going, "Oh, there were just some kids having a snowball fight." That guy, hey Joey, he's not going to make it. He's not going to make it through his whole term.
Yeah, and I thought de Blasio was bad.
Yeah.
I mean, they showed one guy there. He had a chunk of ice as big as a football. If you'd hit somebody in the head with that, it could have killed him.
Yep.
But anyways, it was...
Sign of the times.
It was... Well, I hope your phone lines don't flick off here anymore. I don't know what you did. You pull a cord or something, Joe?
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I was sitting here and my phone went...
Everybody got the international
and then you went off the air on the internet. I went, uh-oh, Joey's done got whacked.
No, it wasn't me. Eddie talked about Alabama Power. Dadgummit.
You should look out the window there. You might have seen the Montgomery mayor running off.
Might be a dark van outside that window, Joey. Don't look out
there. Need to get right with the Lord.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you, Jim.
Y'all have a good week, man.
You too, Jim. See you, brother.
Yeah, this one more moment where, like a classic Trump line is one that initially you go, ooh, like there's a little sting to it, but then you go, oh, after that, ooh, I'm going to stop making sounds like that.
Okay, good.
Usually that's Eddie's job. Yeah. Let's listen in. You saw this earlier, but...
The Somali pirates who ransacked Minnesota remind us that there are large parts of the world where bribery, corruption, and lawlessness are the norm, not the exception. Importing these cultures through unrestricted immigration and open borders brings those problems right here to the USA, and it is the American people who pay the price in higher medical bills, car insurance rates.
Yeah, she is. Actually, it's a mix of just hysterical and livid, I think, is my read on her face.
You think she regrets going? Maybe she should have sat this one out?
Yeah, because at one point, she started yelling at him and pointing and stuff, and it's like,
that's never a good look, by the
we've
way.
recreated the meme with the cat.
Exactly.
Like the crazy lady pointing at the cat.
It's not a good look.
Yeah, I saw that recreated this morning, and somebody put Donald Trump hair onto the cat. Yeah, the internet always wins. And no, seriously, like I am on this kick of, trying to get right on the important things in life. And I just see so much of this back and forth. And I'm like, what good is it? This is not all the great stories, and there were many told. That greatness is not a product of this.
No.
This fight, or whatever you want to call it, this kayfabe, this theater.
There seems to be no giving in on either side. Right. To the detriment of you and I.
Well, and I think it's Americans feel under siege. So if the other side gets in, it's the end of the country. And vice versa.
You're right, but we've seen it and we've heard them. Where just because it's a good idea for the American people doesn't mean it's a good idea that the other side has. So I don't want to put that out there. That makes them look good.
Anyway, this part of the program brought to you by Alabama Home Mortgage. And there at Alabama Home Mortgage, Kim Williams and Madeline Cannon. We got to talk to Madeline yesterday.
It was great. We should have had her sing that song, I Want to Get You Alone. I'm really working on that, by the way. Maybe we'll do a video.
Oh, like Heart?
Yes. Yeah. Wouldn't it be great seeing Madeline singing that? I'm going to get you alone.
I want to get you alone.
Thank you. See, there you go.
The great song.
Yes.
I wasn't singing that in my car the other day. I wasn't singing along to that. I wasn't doing that at all.
Not at all.
But they're at Alabama Home Mortgage. They can get you a loan.
Yeah.
They can get you a great mortgage deal, whether you're looking to buy a house or you're looking to refinance a house. And, I mentioned a while, maybe you're unique and you've been building or you're looking to build. Like there can be that, transfer period, right? Where you need to get into a proper mortgage and they can help you with that.
Certainly can.
Transition process. When life changes, your mortgage should change with it. So they can help you navigate the next chapter of your life with you, whether you need a larger home, downsizing, divorce. It happens.
It does happen.
And they serve multiple states. It's not just Alabama. So if you got folks that or maybe you have other property, Georgia, Florida, Tennessee, they can also help you. Again, that is looking to get a mortgage straight up, buy a place, or looking to refinance. Don't fall for those flashy mailers, the 1-800 lenders, or these fly-by-night internet companies. Go with a great local company, again, called Alabama Home Mortgage. Call them up at 567-4223. That's 567-4223. Or you can always apply online at myalabamahomemortgage.com. There is a difference in mortgage companies. Let Kim and Madeline prove that to you today. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by Clark Heating, Air, and Plumbing. It's time to schedule your spring tune-up with Clark Heating, Air, and Plumbing. Don't wait. Schedule today. Give them a call at 334-277-2125. Alabama certification number 88007.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. Our temperatures are starting to turn around, and that's certainly good news. I've got us dry today with a high temperature up to about 71. Then we're dry through the evening hours tonight. Overnight low temperature down to about 55, with the risk of showers beginning in the pre-dawn hours tomorrow morning and a better chance of showers by Thursday afternoon, high in the mid-70s. Showers and thunderstorms likely on Thursday night, and maybe a leftover shower early in the day Friday, but even Friday's high will be in the lower 70s. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
CB&S Bank, serving families and communities since 1906. Proud to be named 16th best performing bank nationally in their asset category by American Banker. Learn more at cbsbank.com. CB&S Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The employees of Adams Drugs would like to thank you for trusting us with your health care in 2025. We look forward to serving you and your family in 2026. You will continue to enjoy the same services such as immunizations, compounding, medication therapy management, delivery service, and wellness clinics, to name a few. Looking for that perfect gift for a loved one? Visit our Emily B. gift shop and find everything from Tyler candles to scout bags. Gift wrapping is available. If you have not visited Adams Drugs and experienced the award-winning customer service, we ask you to consider us for your prescription care in 2026. We have 12 convenient locations to serve you in the River Region. 8 in Montgomery, 1 in Wetumpka, Prattville, Millbrook, and Pine Level, Marbury. Please find us at adamsdrugs.net for the location that is nearest to you. Adams Drugs is your local, independently owned Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Pizza and wings. Nothing goes better with watching basketball than with something to fill up the family from Pizza Perfect. Buy any large pizza and get 10 boneless wings for free. Absolutely free. Pizza Perfect is known for their all-you-can-eat buffet that includes pizza as well as spaghetti, breadsticks, salad, dessert, and drink for only $13. The buffet is available Monday through Saturday for lunch and for dinner on Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. Pizza and wings from Pizza Perfect in Eastbrook.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender.
When news happens, you'll hear about it first. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Playing Eddie's favorite song, Jam. Let's go right to the phones, talk to Michael Cohen with Cohen's Electronics and Appliances. Hey, Michael, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Oh, we're all right. Just going through over the State of the Union and all the nonsense, as well as the great storytelling, some that went on there.
Yeah, there's one thing you got to give Trump credit for. He knows how to have fun.
Oh, yeah.
Indeed he does.
And the other party just looks like they're stuck in the mud.
100%.
Well, his fun is so offensive. Like,
Yeah.
Right. We get it. Hey, what's the score there today at Cohen's?
It's like 21-0.
Woo.
Yeah, had Michael Jackson. He had to go downtown, do some installs. He gets through, starts calling some of the customers we got scheduled for further in the week because he had some free time. Got those knocked out, and he's going to his last two stops for today. Just left a minute ago.
Is there a particular hot ticket item you're seeing a lot of folks come in to buy these days?
Well, on my side of the store, everybody comes in for a television, and then they end up buying a lot of stuff they didn't come in for.
Nice.
Because, everybody wants to buy a TV, but, then they want it mounted, and then they want the power cords hidden, and then they want a bracket, and then they want a sound bar, and, you just end up, it all adds up. So, but on the other side of the store, we sell a ton of washers and dryers, and we sell a lot of refrigerators. And those are probably our two biggest movers on the appliance side.
Well, and folks, at Cohen's, they're not going to be beat on price, but they will continue to beat the competition when it comes to service. During,
the best service.
Before, after the sale, really great service on the electronics and appliance side of the store. And you can always shop online, see what they got going on at thinkcohens.com. Nothing like actually stopping by, seeing those brand new TVs, seeing that brand new fridge you want to bring home. That's 2515 Eastern Boulevard here in Montgomery. They're open 9 to 6, Monday through Friday, 9 to 4 on Saturdays. And find Michael and be like, hey, I heard you on that radio show with Joey and that Eddie fella.
Yeah, and what's up with him? He shows up on Wednesday? That's a hump day? I mean, what's going on here?
Mm-hmm. He wishes.
Trying to get over the day. That's it, man.
He wishes?
Got to start somewhere.
Keep your seat, Joey.
No, I'm just going to escape with my back to the wall. How about that?
Probably a good idea.
Don't drop your soap. No. Y'all have a good day.
You too, Michael. See you, brother.
That's stupid. Anyway, final hour coming up.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. Former Treasury Secretary Larry Summers will resign from teaching at Harvard University. That's amid a campus review of his ties to Jeffrey Epstein. Summers, who's been on leave since November and whose name appeared hundreds of times in those newly released Epstein files, will leave at the end of the school year. President Trump sought in the first State of the Union address to portray America on the idea of a strong economy and also stronger defense since he's been in office for another year. Meanwhile, Iran is pushing back against the president's demands that they need to give up their nuclear program altogether. They dispute some of the claims the president made concerning Iran's likely threat to the United States. On Wall Street, the Dow Jones Industrial Average is doing well, 248 points to the good right now, and the NASDAQ futures, or NASDAQ itself, should be up 346 at this hour. This is SRN News.
Hi, it's Mike Gallagher. A lot of us are thinking about taxes, home projects we've been putting off, ways to get ahead financially in 2026. Now's the perfect time to talk to my friends at Fellowship Home Loans. If you want to lower your mortgage payment, they can help you refinance. If you need access to cash for home improvements or to wipe out high-interest debt, their fixed-rate line of credit is one of the best tools out there. Fast approval, predictable rate, and flexibility to use your home's equity wisely. Remember, many people still qualify to skip their next 2 mortgage payments. Imagine starting big projects or paying down debt with 2 months of breathing room. My family and I have used Fellowship personally. I trust these guys. Take control of 2026. Go to fellowshiphomeloans.com/Mike G. fellowshiphomeloans.com/Mike G. fellowshiphomeloans.com/Mike G, or call 800-510-MIKE. That's 800-510-6453. Fellowship Home Loans, mortgage lending by the book.
Nationwide Mortgage Bankers, DBA Fellowship Home Loans, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 8193.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by McPhillips Schimbaum.
My name is Aaron Luck, a partner with the law firm of McPhillips Schimbaum. If you or someone in your family has been seriously injured by the negligence of someone else, call me directly.
262-1911. Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. Our temperatures are starting to turn around, and that's certainly good news. I've got us dry today with a high temperature up to about 71. Then we're dry through the evening hours tonight. Overnight low temperature down to about 55, with the risk of showers beginning in the pre-dawn hours tomorrow morning and a better chance of showers by Thursday afternoon, high in the mid-70s. Showers and thunderstorms likely on Thursday night, and maybe a leftover shower early in the day Friday, but even Friday's high will be in the lower 70s. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Budget Floors and More has the best prices. Carpet as low as 69 cents per square foot. LVP starting at $1.29 a square foot. Sheet vinyl as low as 65 cents per square foot. And the lowest prices on flooring installation supplies. Budget Floors and More across from Del Rey to Publix.
1819 News.
A new majority whip for the Alabama House has been selected by the new House Majority Leader, Paul Lee. State Representative James Lomax of Huntsville has been chosen for that position. House Majority Leader Lee says he has a tremendous amount of faith in Lomax and his abilities to get the job done, which will be to primarily monitor the support of Republicans in the House for certain upcoming legislation. There are 76 Republicans in the Alabama House that Lomax will be involved with as the majority whip. State Representative Chip Brown will still continue serving as the vice chairman of the House Republican Caucus. I'll be back with more Alabama stories after this.
Brian Dawson here, CEO of 1819 News. I'm also the host of 1819 News, the podcast, and we'd love for you to join us by listening to our weekly show on all the top podcast apps, both in audio and video format. At 1819 News, the podcast, we are in pursuit of a free and flourishing Alabama. Every week, we're having important conversations with guests from across this great state, all with the goal of equipping Alabamians to be in pursuit of a free and flourishing Alabama with us. New episodes are released weekly. I hope you'll join us.
The mother of a missing Enterprise toddler is now seeking to get her $1 million bond amount reduced. Adrian Reed has hired a defense attorney who is working within the courts and has recently filed a motion to have that bond lowered. Reed was arrested for false reporting to police about circumstances surrounding her young daughter's disappearance. The city of Enterprise is gearing up to celebrate America's 250th birthday this coming July 4th. Enterprise has been named an American 250 AL semi-quincentennial city. Mayor William Cooper called the designation a point of pride and said it's a chance to share Enterprise story while also honoring the broader American journey. Enterprise City Schools will also be joining in this event by decorating their campus and planning activities throughout the year. I'm Andrea Tice.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
This is Jennifer Pestruccelli, General Sales Manager and co-owner of Blue Water Broadcasting. We're home to 7 radio stations at a rapidly expanding digital marketing platform, and we're looking for our next great sales professional. At Blue Water, you'll build customized campaigns that include radio and targeted digital marketing solutions. You'll prospect new clients, manage your own accounts, and work in a fast-paced, creative environment. Media or digital sales experience is a plus. Send your resume to jobs@bluewaterbroadcasting.com. Blue Water Broadcasting, local folks helping local business.
We get this question all the time.
Do you handle that?
Buying or selling a home?
Yes.
Commercial?
Yes.
Land or investments?
Absolutely. Hannah and Eddie Realty Group. One team.
Every real estate move. 334-322-0662.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number 1 in the number 2 business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
Hello, everyone. Robbie Pelt with Capital City Roofing. If you think about it, your home is your biggest investment in life. Your roof covers your home, so why jeopardize your biggest investment on a roofer you don't know anything about when you can deal with a reputable roofing company like Capital City Roofing? We have an A+ Better business rating and the best manufacturers and workmanship warranties available. We do all residential and commercial roofing applications that are certified through the manufacturer to ensure you get the best material and workmanship money can buy. We also have your project in our best interest before and after construction has been done. Don't hesitate to call us if you have any roofing issues or questions. We will match any of our competitors' price and give you the same great workmanship warranty. We also give free estimates. Give us a call today and let us show you the difference. 277-3311. That's 277-3311. Or you can check us out on the web at www.capitalcityroofing.com. Capital City Roofing. We capitalize the roofing industry.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's news and views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
I'm a better looking person than Kamala.
Is how you conduct yourself in a democracy?
This is a Trump country. We live in the Southeast. We drink sweet tea. We don't drink socialist Kool-Aid.
Joey Clark.
Welcome in the program. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Eddie Bayer swaying on air with some...
I like your music. It's pretty good. I like your mix.
So, have you ever heard of just to get away from the politics for a second, please? Because honestly, I was just looking at 1819 and what's going on in Nashville. It's all hangover from the State of the Union.
Yeah, I figured that'd be most of it.
And honestly, at this point, I'm a little bored
Kind of
with it. Kind of over it.
Yeah.
But some things remain timeless. You ever heard of the American Academy of Facial, Plastic, and Reconstructive Surgery?
I cannot say that I have.
But it sounds like it's
sounds like an organization one of those people got to be a member of to operate on your face.
Like, and you go to those conventions.
Oh, I can only imagine.
And you do naughty things. Like, you want to talk about the temptation of sin. It's like you go to a association gala at like some convention center out in San Diego, and all of a sudden you meet somebody who's in the same profession as you, and like you don't hate me like my wife does.
Go to an automotive manufacturing, one of those little shindigs. Yeah, Joey. You don't. You remember entering the door. That's about.
Now the word is always like lawyers.
Yes.
The lawyers out there know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Lawyers are a real trip, and people in medicine, doctors, nurses, people that work those politics.
Yeah.
Like you work these long, weird hours, and you're only with the people you work with, and then you go on some trip, and anyway.
Things happen, yep.
So I don't know what the conventions for the American Academy of Facial, Plastic, and Reconstructive Surgery are like, but I'd imagine they're doctors who make a heck of a lot of money, and they play hard, party hard, you know?
Yeah.
They work hard, too, I suppose. But it's the world's largest association of facial, plastic, and reconstructive surgeons, and they've unveiled the biggest trends in plastic surgery.
Ooh.
But some of these have been going on for quite a while, so, like, some things are timeless, apparently.
Booty lift still there?
So let's get into it. The number one, rhinoplasty, which is still...
Still nose surgery?
Yeah, still, what a name for getting a nose job. But, this one doctor calls them timeless because of how they address facial balance. Both men and women are requesting them all over.
Very few have I seen facial surgeries that look good.
Like a nose job that actually worked. No, have you ever... It's one thing on a lady, women are just...
Oh, I tell you, my mom
They're easily neurotic and preoccupied with that sort of thing,
She got
sadly.
facial surgery, I don't know how many years ago. It took me over a year to get used to her new face. And it wasn't that dramatic. A lot of people couldn't tell, but I was her son. I've seen this lady from the time I was born. It was very strange
Now,
seeing
here's
her.
the question. Let's say that you pass away from this earth, you suffer your first death.
Okay.
But you do not suffer the wages of, like, sin, a second death, and you are reanimated. The body is reanimated, and you are in the new Eden and the new heaven and new earth. And the question is, does God give you your old nose or your
I kind of, as a guy
plastic
that's had
surgery
this
nose?
big nose for a while, I wouldn't mind a little bit smaller nose. But I can honestly say it's never really caused me any issues. A few threats. People tell me they're going to break it, but no one's ever broke it.
But I don't think I've ever heard of a dude getting a nose job.
Oh, yeah.
All the time?
No, I just know a couple that did, yeah.
It would never be on the table for me.
A lot, especially after the sinus surgery, a lot of them will have some of the reconstructive surgery at the same time.
Now, another one that is a mainstay, I guess it's been around for years, are facelifts.
Yeah, creep me out, man.
Yeah?
They're always happy.
Well, and especially the Joe Biden one.
But it's just stretched back as far as it can be. Yeah. I don't like that.
Yeah. I
mean, it looks like a cyborg.
Now, they're saying, the doctors, of course, who sell these procedures, facelifts are today looking dramatically more natural than they did decades ago.
No.
Techniques have evolved to focus on deep structural repositioning rather than surface tension. You still kind of look like weird lizard people.
Do to me.
I mean, maybe if you do like a subtle thing, it's fine. But if you go like overnight shift and you look like a different person, don't do that.
Suddenly you went from round eye to Asian eye?
It could be like you're doing just a subtle little thing and it's fine.
I
Like
guess
you're getting
each
rid
your
of the
own,
jowls, you know?
I don't know if it's still popular, but in my generation, a lot of 18, 17-year-olds were getting surgery like that like crazy. And remember, that was a tragedy.
Now, this one, I don't know how to say it. It's the third most popular blepharoplasty. Blepharoplasty. Also referred to as eye lifts or eyelid surgery.
I've seen a lot of that.
So people, you start getting a little older. It's surged in popularity, particularly among younger and middle-aged women. We're seeing more patients who feel the eye area makes them look tired even when the rest of their face appears youthful. Yeah,
that's resting face, Joey.
Again, the eyes are more of a window to the soul. It might not be the
maybe you're tired
lids themselves. But actually, I saw something fascinating where people put like different facial expressions, like on famous paintings. Didn't change the eyes, but changed the facial expressions, and the eyes change. Like we read into something that didn't change.
Right.
We read into it a change. Pretty fascinating stuff. But high-profile conversations, including athletes like Simone Biles, discuss their eyelid surgery.
What did she do? Eyelids?
Eyelids.
Simone Biles.
She's a young woman.
I know, she's so small. Okay, whatever.
So what's the next big thing?
Booty lifts.
You think the Brazilian butt lift?
And honestly, let's be honest, bolt-on boobs, they're never going to go wrong with that. People get them all the time.
Now, he's saying that, like, he thinks the nose jobs, the face lifts, the eye lifts are never going to fall to the top tier, but there's always room for change, apparently, with blockbuster weight loss drugs.
Oh, boy.
He said, this doctor says, Dr. Brissett, how are fat grafting? You ever done fat grafting?
No, but I've heard of it. Like, if you get a little, maybe I got a burn victim and I've got somebody over here with a little bit extra skin, we can take from them and put to them.
And fat grafting and regenerative-based procedures are growing rapidly with the rise of GLP-1 related facial volume loss. So people take these drugs, they lose a crap load of weight, and then your face looks like sunken in.
Sunken face. Ozempic face.
We've seen a second consecutive year of 50% growth in fat grafting. As patients lose weight quickly, they're seeking natural volume restoration. While that may not usurp the top three immediately, regenerative techniques are certainly emerging as a major force. And while the gender gap is closing for several procedures, including eyelid surgeries and facelifts, men still far outpace women in one treatment, with about twice as many in 2025 than the year before. We are also seeing growth in non-surgical hair restoration, PRP treatments, and minimally invasive contouring procedures. The common theme is strategic, natural-looking enhancement that fits into busy lifestyles.
I know one of these podcasts I watch, they go to Turkey. They've gone to Turkey twice now for the hair transplant. And, I mean, it's a big thing. I guess that's one of the things you can go there for. But they have whole package deals, hotel and all, and you're just getting that hair transplant.
And they've come a long way from whatever Rudy Giuliani put on his
yeah, because these guys, like they went last year, so they constantly every couple of months do an update. You can't really tell that these guys were really bald. I mean, they've got, it's hair, it's there. It's not thick and luxurious like mine, but it's there.
So do you think the toupee business is in trouble?
I always think they're in trouble, man. I've never seen a good-looking toupee.
Let's go to line one. You're on the air. Who's this?
Hey, it's Dick Brubaker.
Hey, Dick, how you doing, man?
Hey, can I change to get off contour in a minute?
Please.
Talk about stuff that's going on in the legislature.
Sure.
I'm telling you, if any of your listeners care about what's happening in Alabama at all, we have got to start pulling the chains of these legislators. Regular people don't have a chance with this legislature or this governor. this environmental bill that Kay Ivey signed on Monday will do more damage to public health than almost anything imaginable. I mean, they have created a situation where people that prevent state agencies from interfering in direct threats to public health. And while the state is while people are building solar farms and these data centers that produce lots of radiation, and people are concerned about this. And so what does the legislature do? They blast a bill out of both chambers with a no debate, no public hearing, and essentially make sure ADEM doesn't have the authority to interfere.
And so the restriction on ADEM is they have to find a direct causal link between chemicals and pollutants to people's health.
Yeah, and let me tell you why that's a problem. In the legal sense, there's not a direct causal link between chain smoking and lung cancer. That standard is so high, they know that nobody can meet it. I mean, you remember when Monsanto paid nearly $1 billion in judgment when they put PCPs in the water around Addison?
Yep.
There was no direct causal link. They did know that this pollutant had gotten into the groundwater from Monsanto's operation, and that cancer rates in the area had gone way up. But was that the only direct link for all of that cancer? Probably not. I mean, the standard is impossibly high.
Which industries do you think are pushing this? Like I saw some quote from the Business Council of Alabama's folks, but what industries do you think would be taking advantage of this moment?
Well, let's just say that anybody who is in the process of what makes me so suspicious is the hurry to get this done right now with as little public scrutiny as possible. I think that there is an industry out there that is probably just coming online that wants to make sure that they're not going to be interfered with by the Department of Environmental Management. And the other problem with the way this bill is drafted that Kay Ivey signed in about 10 seconds is that no action can be taken, even if you can establish the link, until after the damage has been done. I mean, it gives way too much advantage to industrial potential polluters, and it puts public health at risk. I mean, people think data centers are just computer farms that are not pollutants. It's not true. I mean, the Federation of Republican Women, I voted on a resolution today to try to delay this. Some of these data centers and solar farms that are going up in South Alabama and in Montgomery until we have some idea of the impact on public health. But what's the point now? ADEM couldn't do anything about it, even if we did know that it had a negative impact on public health. And your legislature blasted this through nearly without debate. And they're doing it again today.
And we've long been a state, right, with like waste disposal, so landfills as well as more hazardous waste disposal, and you got to wonder about those areas of the state. I mean, we got a lot of land. I get why the state does that, but I just wonder about not just up and coming ones like these data centers, but legacy industry as well.
Well, and there's such a thing. Look, I'm all for pro-business and economic development, but one of the a good legislator is trying to provide some balance between economic development and the rights of ordinary, everyday working Alabamians. I'm sure a lot of people around Addison benefited from the presence of Monsanto, but a whole lot of people were hurt by the results of that industrial activity. And is the only regulation we're going to have on polluters lawsuits? I mean, is that the only way people can get their own back? Because we're going to make sure that the state agency who's supposed to have an eye on public health is handcuffed and unable to act. I mean, this is just bad legislation. And today, with Blue Cross Blue Shield is trying to change its status from a nonprofit corporation to I'm not sure what class, but to a for-profit corporation. And, the Senate blasted that bill through with no discussion. In the House, a member of the public, as is their right, asked for a public hearing, and the response from the House committee chair was to rush the bill to the calendar to try to prevent a public hearing being held. And when he was forced to hold a public hearing, the committee chair yesterday evening spent most of the time attacking this member of the public for asking for a public hearing on a bill that's going to have a major impact on Alabama health care.
Yeah, they want to change Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
Well, right now they're a Title 10A. They claim every other insurer in Alabama is under Title 27. And yeah, it just, I think on some of these big players in the state, your point is well taken that this stuff just flies through without much debate. And you know that building much better than I and how the committee system actually works. I mean, you seemed surprised by it.
Without scrutiny.
Yeah.
Look what Missouri's done. In most states where Blue Cross Blue Shield is asking for this change, not just in Alabama. Now, what Missouri did while they were negotiating with Blue Cross Blue Shield of Missouri is they allowed them to make the change, but they also, as part of the deal, made Blue Cross Blue Shield set up a foundation where excess profits, let's just call them that, could go into this foundation to help maintain rural hospitals. I mean, there's a way to do this right. But our legislature is trying to just rush these bills through with no public hearings, no debate, and giving committee members no time to even read the legislation. I mean, this is, like I say, working people, ever since the gas tax, regular people don't have a chance with this legislature.
Yeah. Well, before I let you go, can we go back to contouring? What do you think of men who get plastic surgery done on their face?
Well, I mean, contouring, it sounds like something you do on a golf course. I'm not even sure what is contouring?
I'm not even sure. I think it's like doing little cuts on the face,
Shaping
stretching
of
it
the
back,
face.
shaping it and stuff. It's just
you mean like a facelift?
Yeah.
Well, I tell you, a lot of my political friends, suddenly, the legislature adjourns, for the long break over the summer. And, man, some of them would come in looking a lot younger next time or at least they have sort of this permanently surprised look on their face because the skin that used to be under their eyes is now behind their ears.
Yep.
And it's sort of startling the first time you see them. But on the other hand, this is America. If you want to get a facelift or have your face peeled or contoured or whatever it is, I reckon that's your right. And for doctors, it's customer pay, which means it may be the only kind of surgery keeping surgeons in business.
Yeah.
Because it's not an insurance thing, so they can actually get paid for their time. So I understand why doctors push this surgery.
Yeah, it's just, I'm not surprised that there are folks in politics who have gone for this, men in particular.
Listen, when you're 65, you might feel differently about it.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
But I will say this. I've been lucky enough to keep my hair, and I'm just going to deal with the bags under my eyes. I don't think I'm going to be contoured.
Here. Well, and I appreciate your passion on this with the legislature. I'll admit to you, Dick, that sometimes it just seems so far gone, especially as we're ending a quadrennium and all these elections are about to come up. And like, I could yell and scream about a particular committee chairman, and it seems like they're still going to do what they're going to do. Like
you're right.
Quote the speaker, it's not just the Republican Party they don't give a crap about in many cases.
Well, and the Democrats, like on this environmental bill, I don't know what whoever was pushing this ADM change, they had apparently made a deal with everybody because instead of filibustering that bill as they would usually have done at the Senate, the Democrat senators just contented themselves with merely voting no so the bill could blow on through. And I'm telling you, man, things have, I got out in 2018 and things have changed. Republicans don't give a damn for working people, and they will pass anything in the name of economic development, and I mean anything.
Oh, what a shame. But, well, we have elections coming up, folks, so and the action's in the Republican primary, so we need to keep our eyes on the prize here. Well, I appreciate the call.
Well, hey, thanks for taking my call. I appreciate you letting me vent.
Yes, sir. Let's go to Boomer T. Hey, Boomer T, how you doing?
What up, Boomer T?
Man, you know what? One of the biggest things I miss about being downtown Montgomery around this time of year.
What's that?
When old Dickie Brubaker would show up, a few others down there at my little stand down there, boy, and they get to talking. Let me tell you something. There was nothing like it in the world, boy, how they all come down there one at a time. They just backstab this stuff out of the other one, you know. That's sorry, no, that. And next thing you know, hey, man, I bought you a sandwich. Go ahead, want to pay for yourself. But they brought back there. But I tell you what, man, I love being downtown Montgomery, especially during the legislature time, man. But, you know, hey, look, I just want to tell everybody, look at, man, I'm sitting out here on my deck, looking at all this beautiful life out here. I have seen 4 bluebirds today. I have seen 6 cardinals. And the lake is absolutely beautiful. So, look, folks, if you get ready to come fishing, you need to come on up here and go fishing because, Eddie, we're starting to catch a little crappie up here in this lake, though.
That's
and
right.
now's the time to come on up, though. But, hey, look here. I want to let everybody know, man, that everything's life is great. Eddie Bader, you are the tater. That's no question, boy. Y'all, let me tell you something, man. How many I say to say it? Well, you know what it's like about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, boy, when you're having a little, can't hardly sleep, boy, and all of a sudden, boy, you're the ding, ding, ding. And there'll be some stuff, boy, you wish you ain't never seen. No, but I say I love it, man. But and Joe, Joe, you and I are going to sit down and we have a long talk, son, and you're going to write you one hell of a book. And I promise you, this is going to be a book it's going to be totally unbelievable what's coming down in the world and how things go round and around. But guys, I want to let everybody know, you know, because people ask, oh, you don't ever hear on the radio. Well, yeah, but I don't go nowhere, y'all. I sit in my home and just chill at my lake. That's what I do. I'm 64 years old, and you know, and let me tell you something. I tell you right now, my blood pressure yesterday at my doctor's office was 117 over 70.
Good Lord, boy.
Son, that is the blood pressure of a young man, and I'm turning 64. I mean, you all be look. I don't need no facelift. I'm just too pretty of a man to have it. You know what I'm saying? When you're pretty like me, I mean, what can you do? Anyway, guys, I'm loving the show as always, man. But I just want to call in, man, let y'all know, man, that I'm still out here kicking, and man, life's good. And the ice cream boat is going to be back out this year, Eddie. As a matter of fact, I need to get up with you about some business on that situation.
Okay.
And Joey Clark, I do want you to make an interest. You will make a front appearance on the ice cream boat this summer, young man.
All right.
Sitting live in the King's chair, right up front with everybody. So, all right, guys. Well, y'all have a great day.
You too, Boomer.
It's just, you know what, though? Let me say something else. As long as they don't change what goes on in my little 50-foot little area right here, whatever my big little acre and a half lot I got up here on the lake, I don't care about no government. But Dick Brubaker, thank you, sir, for you brought back so much good times and memories when y'all talking about, oh, my God, thank y'all. Hey, guys, y'all remember, always be safe out there, and God bless America, and I'll see you when I see you.
See you, Boomer T.
God bless you. 2729228. This part of the program brought to you by Montgomery Men's Health. And if you're a man and you just don't feel like one.
Yeah, doesn't have it, doesn't feel it.
Yeah. You feel wiped out when you wake up. Your waistline's creeping like and not in the right direction.
Wider and wider.
Yeah. I thought I was a 34. No, you
38.
You were 42. You've been sucking in for how long? And also, this is no fun, gentlemen, when your bedroom confidence starts slipping.
Right.
You know, if you're noticing, she notices.
Exactly.
Yeah, and she might be, you know, she loves you, so she's being nice about it, being polite, but come on. And here's the deal. I know guys feel like this only happens to them. But don't cave in on yourself. You're not the only one dealing with this.
Right.
And for a lot of guys, whether it's low T problems or it's ED, low performance problems, Montgomery Men's Health, powered by Men's Pro, is ready to help you. Been helping folks out here in Montgomery for a few years now.
Quite a few years.
And you can get that in-person care, that in-person treatment, personalized treatment plans. It's not just like these generic online pills, all the snake oil they're throwing at men these days. They get your labs done quickly. It's urology-backed medicine. And they have a whole menu of options for different types of treatment. Might surprise you how many different ways you can go in solving a lot of these issues we just brought up. So if you want to get that confidence back in the bedroom, or energy and confidence, that life force throughout your day, throughout life, get by Montgomery Men's Health. You can always make an appointment online at online at montgomerymenshealth.com, or call them at 440-3663. That's 334-440-3663. Montgomery Men's Health, for every man in every season of life. Be sure to tell them that Joey Clark fella, who seemed a little sleepy that one day, sent you. We'll be right back after this.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings 6 till 9 and afternoons 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Hi, I'm Carl Schmidt, naturopath and owner of the Herb Shop Wellness Center at 8161 Bowen Road. You know, with over 30 years experience in natural wellness, I've seen countless health fads come and go. A few years ago, we added a patented technology that actually activates your stem cells. It reverses the aging process at the cellular level. However, you do need proper hydration and targeted nutrition. At the Herb Shop, our advanced scanning and testing technology allows us to accurately assess your nutritional needs and get a customized plan for you. Come in today and see what the Herb Shop can do for you.
This is your roving reporter. Today I'm talking with a prospector.
That's right, man. I'm prospecting for gold. You dig?
No, but it looks like you do.
And you know the first thing I'm going to do when I strike it rich?
What's that?
I'm going to hire David Ernest to be my money man.
You mean everyone's favorite asset preservationist?
That is correct, man. I'm going to call him up at 833-596-7233. 833-596-SAFE.
You know, I've heard a lot of good things about David Ernest.
You know, he's the best money man around with over 40 years of experience.
Experience is necessary, especially when you're digging for gold.
That's right, man.
And I can see that you don't have very much experience.
What do you mean, man?
Well, you have the little plastic bucket and shovel like a kid would take to the beach.
Yeah, man. Well, I want to start out small and kind of pace myself up until I strike it rich.
Well, maybe you should call David Ernest first.
You think he's got a shovel?
Never know till you ask.
I dig, man.
Hey there, Alabama. Are you ready to transform your home with style? At Royal Furniture, they've been delivering inspired value since 1946. Whether you're in Prattville, Montgomery, Auburn, Oxford, Gadsden, Athens, Decatur, or Florence, they've got the perfect pieces to make your space shine. Visit them today and discover a wide selection of furniture that fits your lifestyle and budget. Royal Furniture, where quality meets affordability, right here in Alabama. Stop by your nearest location and let them make your home beautiful together.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state, while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
Blue Water Broadcasting hopes you'll open your heart and lend a hand during Warm Hearts for Seniors. We're collecting much-needed supplies for the Central Alabama Aging Consortium, which provides vital home and community-based services for seniors, disabled adults, and their caregivers in Montgomery. Their mission is simple but powerful, helping seniors live active, independent lives where they can truly thrive. Here's how you can help. Donate items like cleaning supplies, blankets, fans, meal replacement shakes, exercise stretch bands, and stress balls. Drop off your donations at our sponsored locations: Riverside Chevrolet, Piggly Wiggly in Prattville, Corky's Homes, Premier Portable Buildings, Southern Metal Supply, and also at Blue Water Broadcasting Studios. Together, we can make a real difference for seniors right here in the River region. Please join us for Warm Hearts for Seniors, and let's give back to those who've given so much.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
For many homeowners, there's untapped reserves hiding in plain sight. It's not in the savings account. It's not in the stock market. It's right under your roof. Now more than ever, homeowners are sitting on record levels of home equity, and that equity belongs to you. It can be used to consolidate high-interest credit card debt, to pay expensive school tuition, to cover medical expenses, to invest in renovations, you name it, because that money is yours. This isn't about taking on unnecessary debt. It's about using an asset you already own to improve your financial position and your quality of life. The key is understanding your options and choosing the strategy that fits your goals. Let's see what's possible with the equity in your home. Give us a call at Alabama Home Mortgage today at 334-567-4223 or visit us online at myalabamahomemortgage.com. That's Alabama Home Mortgage, because there is a difference in mortgage companies. NMLS 1586368, Equal Housing Lender.
What's your biggest investment? More than likely, it's your home. So treat it that way when you hire a painting contractor. With PBS Painting, there are no gimmicks, no $99 specials. Just quality painting and someone who treats your home with the same respect that you do. At PBS Painting, we have been painting for years and look forward to many more years to come. With PBS Painting, the job gets prepped properly, whether it's cleaning, scraping, or priming. We always use quality products, which is a must for a quality paint job. So if you're looking for a painter that doesn't need upfront money and is on the job at all times, then please give me a call. Scott Bowers and PBS Painting, 294-5122. That's PBS Painting, 294-5122. Look at some of our work on Facebook at PBS Painting Montgomery.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by Wiley Sanders Truck Lines.
Go to work for a family that puts God and family first. Wiley Sanders is looking for experienced dump truck drivers. Call them today, 855-777-9785. Drive for Wiley Sanders Truck Lines and be part of the family.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. Our temperatures are starting to turn around, and that's certainly good news. I've got us dry today with a high temperature up to about 71. Then we're dry through the evening hours tonight. Overnight low temperature down to about 55, with the risk of showers beginning in the pre-dawn hours tomorrow morning and a better chance of showers by Thursday afternoon, high in the mid-70s. Showers and thunderstorms likely on Thursday night, and maybe a leftover shower early in the day Friday, but even Friday's high will be in the lower 70s. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
At ASE, we're more than a credit union. We're your neighbors. We live here, raise families here, and believe in giving back. That's why we created ASE Cares, to support, connect, and invest in our community. Because when our community thrives, we all do. ASE Cares, federally insured by NCUA.
The premier place the River Region turns to for news, weather, traffic, and opinion. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Eddie Bader's still here in the studio with me. So you remember Susan Collins of Maine?
Yeah, I thought I saw a clip where she actually was applauding.
Yeah, I know. Amazing.
Okay, so I wasn't dreaming it. It was something that happened.
And she looked a lot better than Lindsay. He was like,
Dude, constantly having a mild stroke.
Yeah, and Mitch McConnell, my God, man. And it's to the point where it's like, it's not funny, it's just tragic. And I mean, it's kind of the bed he's made, but daggum. But Susan Collins of Maine, who's running again.
Is she?
Yeah, she did a whole new ad where she got a present and she opened up and it was tennis shoes. It was running shoes. Some sneakers. She's like, I'm running again.
She ain't running nowhere.
Yeah. Well, this is Susan Collins apparently asking a Surgeon General nominee about taking psychedelic mushrooms.
Oh?
Yeah. This just came out. I don't know what's going to be said exactly, so let's listen in together.
Welcome, Dr. Means. Addiction and drug overdoses are a major problem for families and communities in
Y'all thought I was exaggerating. No.
Wow. My state of Maine and across the nation. I am concerned that in your book on good energy, that you urge readers to consider psilocybin-assisted therapy.
Why are you concerned about that?
You also said that you were inspired to try psychedelics in what I can only describe as an internal voice that whispered, "It's time to prepare." Illicit drug use remains a huge problem in this country, and this didn't happen in your teen years. According to your book, in 2021, you began using illicit psychedelic mushrooms. So my questions to you are twofold. One, do you stand by what you said in your book, encouraging people to try psychedelics? And second,
before this guy actually answers, that's not what he encouraged from the very quote you just read, Susan. He encouraged therapy with a doctor, and it's actually been studied at like Johns Hopkins.
That's what I thought, Joey.
Anyway, let's hear him out.
Surgeon General, should you be confirmed, how would you speak to the American people about the use of illicit drugs?
Thank you so much, Senator Collins. And I also thank you sincerely for engaging so deeply with my work and learning about me. This is a very important question. And I would start by just saying that
this is Dr. Casey Means, who's freaking awesome. Really? Yeah, you're encouraging
she did some
drugs
shrooms and she liked it.
Susan, have you looked into? I hope Casey Means rips her a new one. Let's listen.
I believe what I would say as a private citizen is in many cases different than what I would say as a public health official. Joining a team where the purpose of this role is to communicate absolutely the best evidence-based science to the American people to keep them safe, thriving, and healthy. And when it comes to psychedelic therapy for mental health issues, I think the science is still emerging. And so it would certainly not be a recommendation to the American people to do that under no circumstances. I do believe that there is exciting work being done in this area that needs to continue on psychedelic therapies for PTSD and veterans, for mental health issues. And some of the researchers who are doing this work have said it's some of the most promising and exciting of their entire careers. So I look forward to following that. But to be very clear, under no circumstances would I recommend that to the American people in this role. Our illicit drug use problem in our country is monumental and severe. And I look forward to working with you on these issues that are so important.
What did you mean by saying that you heard an internal voice whispering to you saying it's time to prepare?
Yeah, in that passage of the book, I'm referring to my mother's passing, which happened. She got a diagnosis of pancreatic cancer about a week after that experience. And in my meditations and prayers at that time, I was having a deep sense that something ominous was coming. And so that's what that's referring to. I think when I speak of spirituality, and, I do believe Americans are ready to hear about spirituality as it pertains to medicine. 80% of Americans are spiritual or religious. There's amazing evidence coming out of Columbia University, the lab of Dr. Lisa Miller, that spirituality has a large impact on health outcomes. And, so certainly that's a personal anecdote. But I again am committed to sharing only the best solid science with Americans on how to be healthy.
I understand totally what you're saying about spirituality. And I'm sorry about the loss of your mother. It's the link to illicit drugs that I'm having a hard time.
Yeah, that she's having
Babies
a hard time.
don't ever
Right.
stop. And behind them is an
You're too old, Susan. And that's as polite as I can be about it. Too old.
Yep.
Very frustrating.
Very frustrating.
Like, what is psychedelic? What is any of this stuff? Like, one of the Johns Hopkins research studies they did was they brought in a bunch of members of clergy, religious rabbis, pastors, priests, and had them take doses of psilocybin in a controlled environment, and by that they created a comfortable space,
right,
where you can think and meditate, and without fail, everybody involved in that came back with, oh, this part of the doctrine that I believe in was brought back to life, or this major theological thing, I had a breakthrough. There's other studies where if people have, say, a encounter with God-like experience, is really the only way to put it in, I think, normal language, especially when the point and purpose is, say, to stop smoking or stop a pathological sort of addiction,
right,
impulsive behavior. It works like a charm. And especially people that are dealing with deep trauma, these sorts of things, where they're re-traumatizing themselves when these ideas come up.
Yep.
If this is guided by doctors and folks to help you think this through, but that's the problem to Susan Collins. And again, I'm saying this not to just be a brat. Because of her age, she just hears illicit drugs.
Yep, that's it.
I think it's one of the biggest mistakes the nation made, by the way. This stuff was being studied in like the 30s and the 40s. Then somehow after the war, it becomes part of the whole cultural war.
Mm-hmm.
And so a lot of this stuff wrongly became like party drugs.
Yeah.
And what the ne'er-do-wells do, and you're rebelling against the man and the common culture.
Madness.
And it's a shame. Instead of actually understanding what this stuff is and where it can actually benefit people. And you would think in 2026, we at least could have a conversation about it. And there are plenty of people having conversations about it. But when you're in the United States Senate, sometimes, I don't know how old Susan Collins is, but
I'm going to go 76 plus.
And honestly, when I look at Mitch McConnell and others, I'm like, what are you doing? And I will say, I don't know that much because I wasn't paying attention to like Richard Shelby when Richard Shelby's at the height of his powers. But I will always be thankful to Richard Shelby.
Because?
He retired.
Thank you, Joey.
He retired when he needed to retire.
He did without having to be told.
Right.
Without having to be begged.
He made a great choice.
Right.
A mature choice that you hope, a wise choice that somebody would have with that many years on Earth.
So do you think that's the deal with these people that think that it's just, I'm keeping the world from my constituents. If not me, no one else can do it as good as me. Or is it I'm so loving this power?
Maybe, or you see it in other things like sports. Like, why does Michael Jordan go to the Wizards?
You want to claim a little more glory.
Or Montana holds on, and like like there are these guys who are great. It's their identity. It's like who I am as being a senator from Maine. And I got more great work to do and hopes and stuff I want to work on and all this stuff. And I am a bulwark against the crazy populace.
Okay, then go do it in your own time.
Mm-hmm. So it's very inconsiderate to, I think, other folks.
And to me, it's very just you think you're so smart. There is no one better that could do this job other than you.
Right. And if there ain't a better case for term limits, it's certainly that.
100%.
Man. Like, whatever did happen to the citizen public servant who has something else going on in life, they go serve for 12 years. Like we were talking about that with Rodney Walker yesterday. Serve 12 years is a long time. But go do something else.
Oh, somebody got a handful of cash, and he's like, you know what? I can stay up here, and you keep giving me this cash? Power, baby.
Now, I didn't know it was going to be Casey Means. I like Casey Means a lot. Big part of the Maha movement. So I don't think Susan Collins really was ready for a full conversation about that, and I think Casey was being delicate around it.
How hard would it be to rattle Susan Collins? I mean,
You might be surprised.
I would be very surprised because she's halfway rattled at any given time.
Yeah, that's a good point. Anyway, We got to hit this break. We'll be right back.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Hi, folks. This is Rick Clark with Clark Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing. I'd like to take just a minute to talk to you about our experience with Blue Water Broadcasting. One of the hot topics in our staff meetings is spending advertising dollars. If your company or firm is anything like Clark Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing, those dollars are limited, so you have to spend them wisely. That's why we choose Blue Water Broadcasting. Our marketing analysis has proven consistently that spending advertising dollars with Blue Water Broadcasting has contributed significantly to our bottom line. And for that, Clark Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing is truly grateful. So, if you want to spend your advertising dollars wisely, choose Blue Water Broadcasting and see the difference.
Our advertisers are our biggest advocates. Call us to find out how radio can increase your bottom line. Blue Water Broadcasting. Local folks helping local business.
Don't you love the feeling of coming home to a clean house? Let Southern Bell's Cleaning Service get your home in order. Families in the River region trust Southern Bell's because they know Callan and Jesse will show up on time and believe in cleaning the old-fashioned way. They bring all their own supplies and specialize in full-service, residential, commercial, vacant properties, and construction cleanup. Estimates are always free. Call Southern Bells today at 546-0715 or follow them on Facebook at Southern Bells Cleaning River Region.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
Trustworthy, accurate, immediate. Carrying your voice across the river region. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
So during the break, folks, I think I figured it out. The reason Susan Collins is running for the United States Senate again?
Yeah.
The pharmaceutical plan.
Oh, great benefits.
Yeah, I mean, the amount of drugs you get on at that age.
Probably you get.
But those are licit, not illicit. Those are legal.
As far as we know.
Right. They don't mess up your mind or anything.
Joey, I don't know about that either.
Yeah, all right. Here, take some benzodiazepines for sleep. It's good for you. It's good for you. You're stressed out? Like, here,
it's the best thing for you right here.
Very good for you. We've studied it enough because we make money off of it.
Right.
Anyway, let's go to Ray Bowles of Prattville Carpet. Hey, Ray. How you doing?
Man, I've been stuck in the store all day, so I don't know what we're talking about. And I didn't get to listen to the State of the Union last night.
What?
We had missions conference at church going on.
Mm-hmm.
When the guys start talking about what they're doing, it runs late. It is what it is, but it's fun listening to their stories. And last night it was Jody Colson from the Truck Islands. Do you know where the Truck Islands are?
No.
Micronesia?
No.
When I was 23, I went down there with him. I went to Hawaii for a month and went down there for a month. It was basically they were doing medical. So we had a bunch of doctors, and my job was setting the tents up, teaching people about Jesus and witness to them, and catching fish.
That's a good time.
Pretty good job.
Well, you get on the reef and spearfish, right?
Yes.
And you're catching all these little fish off the reef, and I'm diving maybe 5 to 8 feet at the most.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a bunch of little boys on the boat with us. And, they would just disappear. And now you got to consider this is the second biggest reef in the world.
Man.
It's about 45, 50 feet wide. And when you get on the inside, it just goes straight down. You can't see the bottom.
Oh, wow.
And these kids would be gone for like 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And they come up with a whole stringer of fish. And I'd have one.
You have one fish. And you wouldn't go half as deep.
Well, I've never done anything like this. I've never speared fish before.
Did you let the kids out, do you, Ray?
Absolutely. And then when I got there, it turns out Truck Island is really unique because World War II, when Japan bombed Pearl Harbor, their fleet, they own that island. And actually, the Truck Islands, the U.S. owns them. They have U.S. postal code.
Okay.
And they are a territory of the U.S. today. But so the Air Force went down, or the Navy went down and sunk every ship that the Japanese fleet had in their lagoon.
Oh, wow.
There's 60-something ships in that lagoon. You can literally, like if you have your scuba license,
yes,
go down there, there's an aircraft carrier with the plane sitting on it, and you can sit in the cockpit of the plane.
And while you're doing all that,
I didn't know I was that it was the number one spot in the world to dive, and I didn't have a dive license.
Wow.
But how old were you
Yeah,
again?
I've never been back. 22.
Man, and so while you're in that environment, you're also getting to share the gospel and like talk about the Redeemer of the world, the Prince of Peace.
Yeah, Jody. Here, there again, he's something. He's a soul winner, and so we're on the plane over, and he's like, "Now I want you to witness people." I'm like, "Well, Jody, I hate to say this. I mean, I've been on the mission trips before, but I've never really witnessed anybody. I don't know how to." So 8 hours, he sat there and made me learn how to witness, and taught me and trained me and showed me how to go through the gospel and the Romans road and show people how to show people Jesus.
Yeah.
We get off the plane, he runs up to the lagoon and said, "Hey, have you ever heard of Jesus?" He's like, "Who?" He said, "Ray, come here. Talk to this kid." He walked off.
Baptized by fire.
There you go.
There you go.
That's the way to do that.
Yeah, I was looking at my Bible last night, and that was in 1996 when I was down there.
Wow.
By the way,
Yeah,
speaking
and
of
I still remember it was like yesterday.
speaking of church, we've got a special
if you-
supervisor named Mark here with us today.
Hey, Mark, you need to come tonight. It's going to be great. It's Project Parasocial. You've never seen anything like it. It's the night we give gifts out. Mark, I promise you, it's all the food you can eat. You can come for the food. The food's great, and then all the gifts are great. It's a really fun time. If y'all don't have a church to go to and you want to see something really unique and meet really new people, Heritage Baptist on 31. Tonight at 6:30, they're having dinner, or 6 o'clock they're having dinner, and then about 7 o'clock we do prayer socials where we give out gifts, and it's thousands upon thousands of dollars worth of gifts. to
Nice.
missionaries.
Nice.
That's awesome.
It's fun. It's fun. But, oh, yeah, I must be talking about floors. If y'all
Yeah.
need a floor, call me, 285-8117.
When you call them up at 285-8117, be sure to tell them that you heard Ray Bowles on the radio with Joey and Eddie.
Hey, Mark, we'll sit on the back row together in chairs. All right, Mark, I'll see you on Sunday.
Take care, Ray.
Well, we're pretty much out of time here. Sam, sorry, man. We've run out of
daylight.
But hey, we'll be back tomorrow.
That's right.
Y'all stay tuned. Happy hour's next.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.